Hello, hello. Good evening. Oh my god, this feels so weird. Hello, hello. It is a Monday. I think... Wait, no, that's not true. I think the New Year's anniversary stream was also on a Monday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I was about to say, I think this is the first time I'm streaming on Monday, but that's not actually true. We already streamed on a Monday this year, but frankly, that was when I had time off because it was the New Year, so I won't count it. Hello, hello. I hope you're good. I will not be making Monday streams a habit, I'll tell you that much. Am I removing the embeds in the stream channel manually? Yeah, I am. I know I could just, you know, post the link in the brackets, but I'm always like, ah, fuck it, whatever. I copy it and I press enter and I'm like, ah, damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I always... In the beginning I didn't. In the beginning I had it there and then I felt it was cluttered with, you know, the same icon every single time, so I took it out. Disable embeds for the channel. I could do that. Maybe. You're right, I could do that. Oh my god, excuse me for being even more like tired than usual, but Mondays are really... I don't know, like... I got through the day just fine. I already had dinner. But I'm so hecking tired. But I know I won't be able to stream on Wednesday or any other day of the week this week aside from normal stream time, so I was like, I guess I'll put it on Monday. Monday rough, they really are. They really are. Mondays are extremely rough, so we're gonna enjoy some good girls here. You drove 5 hours today, damn. I was standing on the bus earlier today with an entire plate of food, like just out there, covered in some tinfoil and stuff, you know, but still out there. Because my boss made too much food for themselves and was like, hey, please take some with you home if you want. And I was like, okay, sure. So now I just have a plate from work where I had the food on, and it's like, okay, I don't have any bags where I could put that in. So imagine standing on a fucking bus just holding on to a plate filled with food, and you're like, yep. Yep, this is my Monday evening. How's everyone else doing? Interesting experience. But hey, free food. I didn't have to cook myself. A Tegernsee. Ooh. What you doing at Tegernsee? Wait, also you were? So you drove there and drove back? Or are you still there? Tegernsee. Your family is from there? Oh. You know, I'm not trying to dox myself, but I've heard of that. Very nature impressive. Yeah, baby. I've been there before. How far away is that from my... Oh, wow. You gotta... Clearly you must write the title of the game. Why? It's please be happy, not please be tired. Hey, I can't help it. I'm sleepy. I can't help being sleepy. It's just something that happens. Oh god, I forgot. Controller. Here we are. But yeah, I don't know. We'll do a stream today. We'll try to get somewhere. We'll definitely finish chapter 2, I hope. Unless chapter 2 is gonna be way longer than chapter 1 was, which I don't think it will. So I'm gonna, depending on how long it goes, maybe we'll just do a shorter stream that is just this entire chapter, or I keep going like I usually somehow end up doing despite being tired. We'll see. Can't always help being a smartass. Rendering a 5-hour video that you don't need anymore so you notice afterwards? No! I mean, good that you didn't need it anymore, but bad for, you know, having wasted those 5 hours. Or, you know, I don't know how long the rendering process took to render 5 hours, but damn. That doesn't sound fun. No, that doesn't sound fun.
How far did we get last time?
That's a good question, girl. We were somewhere in the middle of chapter 2. We're somewhere in the middle of chapter 2. That's how far we got. Morning Tuesday. You know, it's almost the same. It's another chilly morning in Wellington. I'm outside the Bell House waiting for Aspen.
People are gonna think I'm staking this place out. And for once, that isn't true.
People are not gonna fucking bother at all just because you're standing next to somewhere. Like, I assure you, most people do not care for anyone else they see out and about at all. It's after breakfast, but before the sun's up. Aspen invited me for a free drink before they open, but I'm starting to think I've been duped.
Anytime now.
I rub my arms and bounce around to try to stay warm. Right as I'm thinking about picking the lock myself, the front door swings open and Aspen waves me inside.
So anyway, like I was saying, my uncle taught me this trick to make it taste better. You put a little bit of salt in the coffee and it brings out the flavor, right? Not too much. You don't want to make it salty, but just a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I got a little held up.
I see. You were being... I wouldn't want salt in my coffee. It's even, you know, it's not like I like coffee either, so definitely don't want salt in there. Hi, Weird. Good evening.
I was thinking maybe you forgot about me after all.
She would never.
No, you're not rid of me that easily. I was just...
I tried it and it's really good. Have you tried it?
You wouldn't want coffee in your soul. Oh my god.
So then I was thinking, if I start doing that every time I make a drink, eventually people will start realizing that their coffee's better when I make it, but they won't know why.
Do not start putting salt in the coffee of random people, please. I'm good. I'm tired. I'm hecking tired.
Talking to Lena.
You want coffee with your salt, you want lemon with it. Lemon with your salt?
That can always take longer than you expect. Or
Along there, yeah. Like, classic Monday. Lots of work, lots of stuff you just didn't get done, so now you have to do it the next day, but like... That's a worry for the next day. I'm gonna focus on good girls now. Consume salt raw, but I'd rather do some raw salt than any variant of coffee. I mean, raw salt is not that bad. I usually eat the like salt, the pieces of salt that fall down from pretzels and the like. I obviously feel extremely fucking thirsty afterwards, but I do like salt. I won't outright eat it on its own though. You wouldn't want salt in your salt? I think that's gonna be quite hard.
But she and I often look the other way for each other on certain things. Such as letting you in before the store opens, for instance.
If you have a restful sleep to de-stress, yeah, I mean, I know why I'm so much worse as well. It's like I can manage to power through the day. But as soon as I get home, it's like this relaxing atmosphere because, you know, it's home. I get to get out of my street clothes, blah, blah. So immediately, my body just shuts down immediately. It's like, oh, okay, sleep now. Use to squeeze lemon juice in your mouth and add salt before swallowing it. Okay. I mean, granted, I think lemon juice in and of itself is healthy. Your body shuts down, yeah. It's also why I will not go out again. Like if I don't have plans and like you ask me sometime in the evening, like 7 p.m. like, hey, you wanna go out? And like, I've been home for a grand total of maybe 1.5 hours and I'm already done with the day. I'm not going anywhere. I appreciate you coming. I will tell you time and time again, though, if you know, if you're tired or if you don't feel like it, you're not obligated to be here just because you have some modding responsibilities, okay? It's fine. If life makes you lemons, be happy because lemons are great. Mood. Depends on what time it is. Yes, you're obligated to be here. No. No. Unless some of you are going to be really fucking rude and rule breakery. I think I can handle that myself if worse comes to worse. So.
Oh, am I not?
I wouldn't want someone
That's cool.
to, like, feel obligated to be here if they're not feeling well or whatever.
As long as we open on time, it's fine. And Lena and I are the two fastest. You kind of have to be when she's involved.
Who's she? You're gonna rule break and advertise in chat. Oh god, what are you gonna advertise?
What do you mean? I'm sure you'll see. Come on, what do you want today?
You guys should check out this cool stream new. Oh, you're not actually here for me? Inspect the menu. It's as unhelpful as ever.
Here's a paper copy, if that's easier to read.
She can't read. She hands me a little printout menu. It's also distinctly lacking pictures.
Sorry, can't read it.
Yay!
Oh, do you need a Korean version? I'm afraid we don't have one. Oh, nah.
See? I was right last time. She just can't read. Full stop. It's not that she could read Korean, it's just she can't fucking read. Just be happy. How could I say no? They're asking so politely. Yeah, right? I may as well have told her that the sky is green. Espen stares at me, clear disbelief. This isn't the usual weird look. This is beyond that. She laughs nervously.
You're joking, right?
It is distinctly lacking pictures. I wish more places would put pictures of what the actual food is on their card. Especially when you're eating somewhere that offers like food that is not your native cuisine. And it's like, that sure is a nice name. I have no idea what that is actually supposed to be though. It's like, then there's an explanation on it that's like, oh, you know, there's these three things in here. Yeah, okay, but how do you, like, is this a warm thing? Is it a cold thing? Is it cooked? What does all of this stuff mean? I shake my head. She collapses onto a stool behind her, fanning her face with the menu in her hand.
I can't believe it. I just can't. So you haven't. Wow.
I can tell she really wants to say more, but holds herself back.
I suppose that explains a lot. Still, I just can't imagine.
It happens more often than you might think. There's surprisingly many people that never learn how to read. I did list the description beneath and full points or pictures. Yeah. It takes a moment, but she regains her composure.
Anyway, if you want to try something new, then how about our ambrosia latte?
Mmm.
It's one of our seasonal beverages with apple and caramel.
Sounds nice.
Apples and coffee? I've never had that before.
Yes, well, we're experimenting with the recipe still.
I said that we should try adding more cinnamon to it.
No clue what they actually sell without cross-referencing third-party lists. I mean, sounds like it would be a good sushi place though, because they do not fucking care. They're probably like, well, either you know what this is, or if you don't, you tough luck. Like, you know how you would go to a Chinese place that actually offers food for Chinese people and not just the food we Germans think is Chinese. So you get it Chinese places here, Germany, that kind of stuff. I don't even know where Lena comes from. Suddenly she's just there.
Aspen said it would overwhelm the other flavors, but I add extra whenever I make one, and so far no one's
Actually, Chinese food is incredibly diverse. Exactly.
Lena, are you serious?
No, I mean, like, I've been to exactly one Chinese place before in my life that was not just tailored to what we Germans like to get it. Like, this is speaking very general. We only have a Chinese place here. No, it's like, it's like a buffet kind. Most of the stuff is just a buffet where you can choose from different meats and then noodles, blah, 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 and you just make your own thing. And then they offer some like, the usual stuff you would get here, like duck, I guess. And this, I don't know how exactly they make the chicken, those kind of things. I have no idea what areas of China that food would be from. I just know that the part of the of the menu, a part of the menu is like completely written in Chinese characters. No explanation, nothing else. There's like, yeah, I don't think they would want me eating this. You've had authentic Japanese food. Me too, me too. Chinese place, none of them are authentic Chinese, they're all Indo-Chinese. Oh, Indo-Chinese. Frankly, I think the one Chinese place I'm thinking of is also not owned by Chinese people anymore either. Authentic Asian food in Europe is a bit hard, yeah. It really is. Also, I mean, I guess it's always like hard to, I don't know, stay in business, because the average German person probably is only thinking about when they say, oh, we're gonna get Chinese, it's like maybe fried noodles, definitely duck. I can't even tell you a third thing that you would think of when saying, oh, you know, we got Chinese food. They need to appeal to the clientele. Yeah, exactly. But sometimes I just think, man, maybe people want to taste from home, even if they're very far from home. Fried duck is pretty good. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's like, the actual cuisine of the entirety of China is probably very more, that's not English, more varied than duck. Duck. And even then it's like, what? It's sweet and sour, or Peking style duck, or Sichuan cuisine. I probably pronounced that wrong. That sounds good. Hand-pulled noodle shop. Oh. Chinese national dish is Peking duck. Yeah, but on average, would you really eat the national dish like every week? I don't know how to pronounce it either. No idea.
Well, yeah. How else are we gonna find out which one's better?
You can't just change up stuff for random orders, girl.
I'll make one for your friend too, and she can tell us which one she likes more.
Japanese curry rice. You'd eat that weekly.
Lena!
Yet the girl hurries back to the kitchen, clearly not caring about what Aspen was about to say. Aspen sighs and shakes her head.
Right, well, I have to open the registers and put on the coffee. I'll have your drink in a couple minutes.
What would even... Wait, hold on. What would be the German national dish? Do we have a German national dish? Do we? Wait. In top 10 German foods. No, I want the national dish. Sauerbraten is regarded as one of Germany's national dishes. Sauerbraten? Really? Really? Of all things? Schnitzel. Sauerbraten. Hä? Out of, you know, all of the things I expected, it definitely wasn't that one. I don't like that one. Interesting. Marinated meat or something? You heard of it, but you don't know what it is. Oh, it's God, how do you explain sauerbraten? No, I don't like it. It's marinated and braised beef, yeah. Marinated and braised beef. Wait, hold on. There's probably a Wikipedia page out there for it, no? Maybe that one has a translation, actually. There is a Wikipedia page for it, and it has an English translation. Wow. Sauerbraten is a traditional German roast of heavily marinated meat. It is regarded as a national dish of Germany and is frequently served in German-style restaurants internationally. It can be prepared from a variety of meats, most often from beef, but also from venison, lamb and mutton, pork and horse. And I probably pronounced mutton wrong again. I do like sour stuff. Not so much with... I mean, I don't eat meat, but also... I like sour stuff when it's like sweet sour, but I also don't like sauerkraut, especially. I hate that. We didn't have much time in peace to be picky, I think. Germany has a national food, yeah, apparently. Sweet and sour sauce I like, yeah. Wait, hold on. Before cooking, the raw meat is marinated for 3 to 10 days in a mixture of vinegar or wine, water, herbs, spices, and seasonings. Usually tougher cuts of meat, such as rump roast or bottom round of beef, are used, and a long marinating tenderizes the meat. The Sauerbraten dinner is almost always accompanied by a hearty gravy resulting from its roasting and is most often served with potato pancakes, potato dumplings, or spätzle. Spätzle. I wish I could enjoy medium levels of spicy, but I am a very white person, and every time I eat even the tiniest amounts of spicy, I die. So, ingredients used in the marinade and accompaniments served with sauerbraten vary across regions. Regional variants of the dish include those from many places. Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. Someone actually sat down and wrote all that on Wikipedia. Can't stand spicy things for a second. I wish I liked it more. Or like, I wish I could handle it better. Porzellan sour white, yeah. Yeah. Now, one time I was at a Korean place with friends. And so we had... Well, the two of them ordered some... I don't remember what it was. They ordered something. They were like, oh, you know, it's gonna be a little bit spicy. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. You guys enjoy, though. And it was too spicy for them as well. So I was like, okay, I'll try one of them. I'll try one. And I fucking died. And the owner and the other people that were there, which included apparently like half the family, they were like, the owner came over and was like, you wanted to try this because of those K-dramas you've been watching, huh? And laughed about it. And we were like, okay, damn, that hurts. That hurts. Right in the heart. So we said Chris here. Just a very dry and kind of bland side of whole melts your mouth kind of deal. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like wasabi either. I don't like it at all. Thank you for the pasta check. Nah. I keep trying a little bit. Like when someone tells me, oh, this is a little bit spicy, I do try, but it's not getting any better. So. Pull the sharp pain in your throat and nose. Ooh. Yeah, my parents for a while enjoyed the like wasabi covered nuts. I have no idea what kind of nuts they were. And like I could smell those and immediately I'm like, whoa, But they liked it. On its own, it's just too much effort for too little taste. Oh, no. When I order sushi, they always give me, you know, they always put like a little bit of wasabi on the side. And every time I try so hard to like not touch it at all, but there's always going to be a tiny bit of it on one piece of the sushi because I touched it during them actually like preparing it or whatever. I'm like, ooh, I can taste it. I can still feel it. Oh God, you gave it as a prank? Ooh. When you can smell the spice, that means either be the worst or the best. Yeah. Well, I know I'm not good with spice, so I'm not gonna try.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Let's get something like something sweet. I hop up on one of the tall stools and wait, spinning my legs back and forth. Before long, the cafe fills with the smell of warm coffee and baking bread. It's enough to make my mouth water, even though it hasn't been long since I last ate. Aspen roams between the kitchen and the front area, always looking very busy. She checks and inspects what seems like every drawer in a cabinet in a place while getting ready. Lena's busy too, mopping and setting up chairs. At some point, she put earphones in, and her music is loud enough for me to hear it from across the building. What kind of creature are you playing as? Oh, she's a fox! Or more specifically, she's a gumiho. After a while, Aspen returns to my table along with a steaming paper cup.
Here you go. One ambrosia latte.
A gumiho. A Korean mythical creature. Well, that will the prank on you, bit of hot sauce in your soup. Oh no! Ooh. Yeah, my problem is I can't even drink milk afterwards because I can't have milk. So it's like, oh, you know, just try to wash it out with milk. Yeah, I'm gonna die if I do that. I pop the lid off so I can take a peek at the drink itself. It smells light and fruity, and a swirl of caramel syrup is melting into the coffee and whipped cream.
Looks good.
Ooh.
Hopefully it tastes good too.
I have a tiny little sip since it's too hot to drink very fast. The tartness of the apple actually goes pretty well with the coffee flavor.
It's a little sour, but it's not bad. Not as good as a fairy kiss chiller, though.
Well, I can't complain about that.
The chair squeaks against the floor as Aspen sits down across from me. Is she paddable? Well, I mean... Oh, why isn't it working? Eh? Doesn't actually show my cursor. I was like, okay, I'll turn on the cursor and pat her, but it doesn't work. So far, no. Maybe she will get some pats from the other girls. I hope.
Have you decided how you're going to spend your day?
Maybe at some point.
Not yet. What about you?
There's still another 7.5 hours left on my shift, so I'll be here for quite a while.
Ooh.
After work, I try to have a social life or get some writing done.
Why am I not surprised you're a writer?
Although lately, I usually just collapse on the bed and take a nap.
Aw.
Hey, me too! Without a bed, though.
You just collapse and... Okay.
Yes, well, I'm sure frolicking through the flowers and chasing rabbits gets tiring.
Ooh. Are there rabbits around here?
Not for long, I imagine.
She's so British. Actually, this takes place in New Zealand.
Speaking of which, have you thought about what I said yesterday? About getting a job?
I like
Seems
that
to
she's
have more
book
than
nerdy
enough time
though.
on your
She's so
hands.
cute.
You do know what a job is, right?
More or less. I mean, I've seen people at work before. But I've never had my own job before you ask.
Yes.
She's
I'm
British
aware.
times 4? What does that mean?
Anyway,
How does that work?
you could buy things you want and you wouldn't have to steal to get it.
What do I need money for, though? Juliet lets me sleep at her house, and she even
To the
gives me
power
food.
for... Bro. I barely know how to say that in German. I will not know it in English.
I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but Juliet can't take care of you forever, you know?
I know.
Right now I'm still getting used to even living here. I haven't given any thought to what might happen later on.
I don't even know what kind of job I could get. Is there some place that would hire me to steal things?
Not legally, no. But maybe you can find a way to use those skills. Maybe you could be a security guard somewhere, or a locksmith.
Maybe. What exactly is your job anyway?
Well, as you know, I'm a barista.
She doesn't fucking know what a barista is.
That means I make coffee and tea and hot chocolate and whatever else our customers ask for. Some people rely on our products just to get through their day, so I consider it to be
I can't do math.
important job.
I do not like doing math, and I'm not gonna pretend I like math.
If we were to close or go out of business, there would be a great many people who would be distraught over it.
Wow! And you're gonna do this for the rest of your life?
Probably not.
Not for that long, I hope. It's not my passion by any means, but I don't mind.
You have to cinema because you're not sure that's how it works, but
It can be rather exhausting though, especially on busy days.
I can't say she's selling me on this whole job idea.
What is your passion?
It's this.
Like she was waiting for me to ask, Aspen dramatically pulls out a small notebook and puts it on the table. It's the one that I see her writing in all the time. I lean forward to look at it closely. It's not very big, about the size of my hand, and it's mostly purple in color. There's an intricate gold pattern around the border. It definitely looks fancy. I could probably get a lot of money for this at the right store.
This is my writing notebook. One of them, at least. My passion is writing, bringing stories and characters to life, making people feel what I feel. There's nothing quite like it. So challenging, yet rewarding. It's both my favorite activity and also the most frustrating one.
Mm-hmm.
This notebook is full of story ideas, lines that I come up with, or other interesting details. One of the best parts of working here at the Bell House is that I get to meet so many interesting and inspiring people. For example, when you first came in, I wrote a brief note about you.
Yeah, we saw that.
I never imagined that just a few days later we'd be having this conversation.
Trust me.
Monday noon time.
What
It
did
sure
you
do
write
be.
about me?
For some reason, Aspen's face gets a little red.
I don't remember, just that I
Thank you
wrote
for the
something
resub.
down
Welcome to
over
the
this one.
24 months. That is 2 fucking years.
My dream is that someday I'll be able to make a living from my writing.
Ooh.
In fact, when I moved to Wellington a couple of years ago, that was supposed to be the first step.
Okay, what happened?
It's been taking longer than I'd like so far. Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself that I'm not going to sleep that night until I finish at least a chapter.
And then you never do.
But then by the time I'm done with work, all I want
Ooh.
to do is pass out.
Me.
Of course, that just puts me further and further behind. I've really only myself to blame, I suppose, but life doesn't make it easy for me.
Tell you what, I think if I only worked like half a day, I think I could actually get more stuff done. Because it's usually like up until, I don't know, like 3 p.m. I'm good. But because I work until 5 in the evening. Oh, why isn't Christiana reworking? Because I work until 5 in the evening. By the time I actually get home, it's like, oh my god, I just want to fall into bed. I'm not gonna do anything anymore. What the hell? You got up today. Want you to pass out already? No, hold on. I can fix it. You'll get the Christianity. I'll fix it. 1 second. There we go. You were in bed until 12. You're not going back to sleep. I mean, understandable. I've been up since 7. So a little more than 12 hours exactly. But I only went to sleep sometime. I think I only fell asleep sometime after 1 in the morning, and that's too little sleep for me. Sighing, Aspen puts her notebook away once more while I sip my drink.
Saying it like that, I can't fault you for not wanting to get a job.
Hehe.
I'm only here because I need some way to pay the bills. That's just the life of a starving artist for you.
Did someone say job? Are you getting a job here? Is this an interview?
Do you ever, like... not burst into people's conversations? From out of nowhere, Lena appears with a cup in her hands.
No, Miho's just a friend. And were you eavesdropping on us?
It's not eavesdropping if you're in public. You should learn to talk quieter if you don't want people to hear you. Like,
Please stop not sleeping. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Tell me you're joking.
about what?
Yeah, everything 3 times or just 6 times more clearly? 3 times. Because with 4 years it's double, and then with 6 years it's 3 times. It seems impossibly close to her face. I think it's mostly because of how far out it goes. Like the way it curls it back in. I see what you mean. Is Aspen also Monster Girl? We don't know. I mean, I assume she isn't because I feel like she would have mentioned it. On the other hand, she could also just be a normal human. Before Aspen can even answer, Lena tries to face me instead.
Anyway, that's too bad. We could definitely use the help.
Yes, they do. I think we talked about this back when I first came up with these.
Hey, why not apply here if you're looking for work? I bet Aspen would put in a good word for you, right? I could do it too. It'd kind of be lying, I guess, since I don't know you that well, but you seem like an alright person.
Oh yeah. I mean, she wouldn't need to read if she could just learn the different types of coffee and how to make them. You don't necessarily have to be able to read to make coffee.
I mean, if Aspen trusts you, you have to be okay, I think. I can go get you an application right now if you want. I printed out a whole stack of them yesterday. Actually, it's the second stack, because the first one jammed up the printer and...
Lena, I am begging you to please be normal.
What? Tell me why it's a bad idea. Do you not think... What's your name again?
Miho.
Do you not think Miho could do it?
No, it's not that. I'm sure.
Has anyone mentioned what they are aside from Juliet?
Just...
Not really, no. You one of those weirdos that can read? No, I mean, clearly I am also unable to read because I feel like I haven't said a single sentence without any grammatical errors or other likes, so... No? I just pretend I can. Sometimes. Sometimes I pretend I can read.
Wait, that sounds fun. Would I get to work?
That's why we typically play games that focus a lot on reading.
Yeah, we'd work together. Oh, you meant Aspen, didn't you? Yeah, she'd be there too.
Slapping her hands on a desk, Aspen stands up from the table.
It's certainly an idea. Perhaps one we should discuss later.
Those winged weirdos from Xenoblade.
Lena,
I have no
you
idea.
and I should be getting to work, don't you think?
Okay, boss.
Please just go unlock the door.
Okay.
Smirking, Lena heads toward the front of the store.
Feel free to hang out for a bit if you'd like, Miho. Although Although it's going to get busy soon, so I won't...
You may ask if you know them for a bit longer here. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like if you went up to someone on the street and just be like, so, where are you from? Because clearly you can't be from here. You have different ethnic features. You know, that kind of stuff, which we don't fucking like doing, so... Just secretly learning how to read all these bands. I mean, but as judging by the amount of words I learned how to actually pronounce. I sure am.
If you need something to do, come play tennis with me this afternoon.
American sock teacher at the... Oh boy.
Tennis? Yeah, you know, you hit the ball back and forth over the net.
I don't fucking know what tennis is.
I know what it is.
Oh.
Is that you?
Never mind. She does know what tennis is.
For now, I like trying new things.
I'll think about it. I should try something new myself, too.
I wasn't asking. Anyway, you said it yourself. You're totally coming. So, I'll see you there.
I am very confused on how to
Okay.
place Lena. She's a lot. Also, thank you for inviting me. Can't help but feel I've been roped into something here, but it's true that I should at least give it a shot. Maybe I'll turn out to like it more than I expect. Cool. Lena starts to leave again, but then suddenly jumps back around to face me again.
Oh, right. There's one more thing.
How many more things does she have? I can practically feel Aspen's exasperation as Lena runs back and slams the cup she was carrying onto the table in front of me.
Try this. Tell me which one you like more. The one I made or the one Aspen made?
Okay.
With an unnecessarily loud sigh, Aspen goes and unlocks the front door herself. I'm over halfway done with Aspen's drink, but I take another gulp, paying attention to the mix of flavors. Then I do the same with Lena's. Lena watches eagerly, fists clenched in excitement.
So, what you think? Come on, be honest.
I can taste a single
They're
difference.
both good.
Sure, but which one's better?
Taking another sip of each, I try to detect anything that's different between them, but can't. Fortunately, Aspen saves me. She looms behind Lena like a phantom.
Lena, don't you think maybe you should go check the croissants?
Check those croissants!
Nah, I already looked at them earlier. A couple of them were kind of schoolish, but I tried to massage them back into shape. Don't worry,
What the fuck happened? For once, Lena's the one cut off as Aspen jerks on her apron strings and she flaps her wings to maintain her balance.
Why don't you go check on them again? Or maybe the muffins, if you haven't yet.
Fine. We all know Miho just didn't want to hurt your feelings anyway.
Aspen releases her and Lena walks off to the back of the cafe like an embarrassed cat, pretending it was her idea all along. After she disappears into the kitchen, Aspen sighs yet again.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're perfectly fine, no worries.
It's fine. She seems nice. That is certainly one way you could describe her. What I was trying to say earlier is that you can stay here if you want, but I won't be able to chat. Our first customers will be here any minute now.
That's okay. I'll probably go back to the library once I finish my drinks.
All right, I'll see you later then.
So I went to a place that sells croissant, and I bought a croissant. I returned home with the croissant, and then I ate the croissant.
Good evening, welcome in.
And don't feel obligated to finish both if you don't want to.
I'm gonna try. Bye!
Like Lena, Aspen also retreats behind the counter and starts filling the display case with pastries. I wonder if any of them are the croissants Lena was talking about. Sure enough, it isn't long before the first customers start to show up. Aspen takes the orders with that fake nice voice that she used when we first met. Already I've gotten more used to hearing her regular speaking voice instead. Ah yes, the customer service voice. I know it well. I know it well. It's so funny. It is, sometimes you just gotta fuck with people. Like with friends. By starting to speak in your customer service voice and they're like, who are you? You're eating a croissant right now? Ooh. It's interesting to know that even normal humans like her still pretend to be other people sometimes. I wonder why she feels like she has to do that. So far she's one of the nicest humans I've ever met. Croissant! After I finish up my first coffee, I toss the cup away but hold on to the second. I drink it later or something. Croissant! Aspen waves as I leave the Bell House and start making my way back to the library. I've had my fill of wandering around for at least a few days. If I'm going to be bored, I may as well do it while I'm comfy. Job or not, Aspen is definitely right about one thing. I really need to find something better to do with my time. Oh, Jesus Christ! Can I really go to all of these places? No, they're all grayed out. I can only go to the park to play tennis, I guess. Alright. After a few hours of sitting around at the library, I'm bored enough to take Lena up on her offer to play tennis. The only problem is I forgot to ask her where and when. Sometime in the afternoon, I go down to the Bell House where an employee tells me both Aspen and Lena have left for the day. They give me directions to a place called Hataitai Park, which is where they say Lena mentioned before heading out. I follow the instructions and reach a big open area full of people on bikes, walking, or just sitting in the grass. I wander around looking for any sign of Lena or people playing tennis. Finally, I spot the courts and make my way over. Out of the dozen or so people who are playing, it isn't hard to find Lena when I get there.
Yeah! Nice serve!
She runs back and forth, leaping and diving to hit the little green ball before it can touch the ground. She flaps her wings to keep from falling over when she does. Her partner, a tall boy with antlers on his head, looks exhausted. When he swings his racket, it looks like his arm might fall off at any second. Yeah, they do move! When I get close enough, Lena notices me and stops mid-dive.
Miho!
Ooh! Wow! Boys with antlers? Yes! But I have a feeling that we're not going to see the boring question. Now that she's distracted, her partner takes the opportunity to hurry away, collapsing into the grass to rest.
Sorry, I wasn't sure what time I should come by. Or where.
Oh, right. I guess I should have told you. In that case, good guess.
You want to see the boy with antlers? Thank you for the pat. I don't bother telling her that I got help from one of her co-workers. Lena picks up a racket from nearby and offers it to me.
Play?
I guess so. I don't really
You gotta hit the ball before it hits the ground.
It's fine. Me either. I'm gonna hit the ball.
You don't know how to... What?
Okay, I can do that.
I take my spot on the other side of the net, trying to imitate the way other people are standing.
All right. Here goes.
Lena drops the ball and then knocks it toward me. I watch it carefully, and when it gets close enough, I swing. The ball goes soaring way over her head and falls into the grass out of sight somewhere.
Maybe a little less oomph next time. Let's try it again.
She serves the ball, and this time I just barely hit it over the net. Lena dives for it like before and sends it sailing back to me. The more we play, the easier it gets. Both of us miss the ball and knock it into the net a lot, but it's not too bad. Finally, even Lena gets tired, and we take a break to drink some water.
How long have you played tennis?
Like today or in my life?
In your life?
She thinks about it a bit, scrunching up her nose.
About a week.
Wow! That's not long. A game you feel tempted to suggest to me? Okay. Suggest it anyway? It's not like new games are completely out of the question.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, half an hour, I guess.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. See? See? We're both trying new things.
You bought a really cute outfit to go with your tennis thingy, though. The whole time we're talking, Lena keeps glancing away from me to watch the other players. I try to figure out what's so interesting, but can't.
Okay, break's over. Let's play some more.
I should play Cinderella Phenomenon. That's one of those... Wait, Cinderella Phenomenon is one of those free-to-play thingies, right? It rings a bell. I actually have that one claimed on my profile. That's why it sounds familiar. Yep. I just never got around to actually playing it, but I do have it. We get back on the court and play for a little bit longer until the end of the hour. As everyone else starts to pack up and leave, I follow Lena, who puts away our equipment.
So, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
For sure!
It was alright. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I don't know.
Personally, I prefer table tennis to normal tennis.
I can see why some people enjoy it at least.
Being outside is nice, and it was a good way to burn off some energy.
That's good. They meet a few times a week if you want to come back.
Will you be here?
Not sure yet.
Oh. Even while cleaning up, she's still distracted by someone or something else. When the other players walk past us on the way out the park, Lena turns her head to watch one of them.
Because we're planting trees here next time. Really exciting, right? If you want to help out, then come to me.
I catch a snippet of conversation as the person Lena's watching a dryad goes by. Lena must hear too because she instantly closes her eyes and puts her fingers against the sides of her head. Hello!
Planting trees.
Better be for badminton. Oh, badminton is nice. I like badminton. She repeats the words to herself a few times, then her eyes snap back open.
Okay, got it.
Got what?
What I'm doing next time. I'll have to start studying up tonight so that I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm pretty lost, but maybe this is just how Lena is.
You should come too, if you're not doing anything. I'll tell Aspen to give you the details.
Sure, sounds good.
I'm not sure if I want to commit, especially since Lena probably won't even remember me next time we see each other, but playing tennis wasn't so bad, so I should at least keep my options open.
Good. All right.
Typing is hard. It is.
See ya.
Waving goodbye, Lena heads off down one of the paths. I take a different one that leads me out of the park and back to the library for the rest of the day. You prefer handball? Oh. No. I like table tennis. I also like the small golf. I like mini golf more than I like regular golf. I mean, I've never been to regular golfing, but regular golfing sounds so boring. Meanwhile, mini golfing is like, who the fuck built this little thing? And how am I supposed to get the ball in the back? That's funny. With a tiny ding, the toast pops up and I load it onto the plate with the other slices. I bring the dish over to the table.
Thank you, Mio. Go ahead and put it by the butter.
Oops, sorry. Let me get my bag out of your way.
Once the table is set, the three of us sit. I've gotten more used to the routine of breakfast and know when to do things like pass the salt and pepper without being asked. Every morning so far we have the same thing, eggs and toast, but it's a lot tastier than convenience store food and there are different spats and foods to change things up. Funny you should mention that because I've had golf with your friends on my wish list I think for many years, but I never commit to actually buying it even while it is on sale because it's like, who would I even be playing with? You can't play anything that requires a stick to hit something. Oh. Yeah. I don't mind. Like usual, I'm the first one to finish eating, followed by Aspen, who stretches with the content side.
Breakfast was as superb as always. Thank you, Juliet.
It's my
I
pleasure.
could play with Barry, but I'm already gonna play something else with Barry. Feel like getting it at one point and end up adopting not because you have nobody to play it with. Yeah, exactly. Two of them saying this is part of the routine too. Usually Aspen would be getting up right now to leave for work, except this time she doesn't.
Don't you need to go, Aspen?
Is this your way of trying to get rid of me?
She peers at me from over the rim of her cup as she sips her coffee.
Nah, I haven't thought about that. I was just wondering.
I'm not sure if I should be flattered. Anyway, I'm working a mid-shift today, so I don't have to go in until noon.
A mid-shift? Howdy room! Good evening!
Will you be writing then?
Yes, I ought to. I'm about halfway through this draft, and I'm trying to finish it by the end of this month, so every minute helps.
Oh my. Halfway already? That's
Halfway
excellent progress.
already?
I look forward to reading it when you're finished.
Don't give me too much credit, I still have to get there first, and you know how that's gone before.
All you can do is keep trying.
What are you writing?
A book. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, as long as I've been in Wellington.
Just one singular book? You're not drafting several things all at once and then, you know, berate yourself for not sticking to one thing, but you just get so many ideas all the time.
Whoa, you're only halfway done? How long is it gonna be?
Only halfway. I wish it was as easy as you think it is. It takes time to plan the story and prepare to write, and then even after the drafting is done, you still have to edit it and fix it.
No, I think Miho was implying like, wow, you've been writing for years? How big is this one book gonna be? Not, wow, it's taking you so long to write a single book. Aspen, please, you have to remember that she can't read. She has never read a book, like, properly in her life.
And so sometimes you notice flaws in your story that you didn't catch before, so you have to go back or start over.
How do you ever get anything done then if you're always getting better? Don't you just have to finish it eventually?
Well, like I said, it's not that simple.
You keep thinking it's Mio, and I'm like, that's not a name. Aspen clears her throat.
Anyway, it's difficult to explain to someone who's never written anything. Believe me, any writer would tell you the same thing.
Yeah, I get it. I glance over at Juliet, who's intently watching the tea as she stirs it.
And you? Did you end up finding something to fill your time?
I mean, I played tennis once.
Oh, like a hobby. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Well, don't worry about it too much. It's supposed to be fun, not something you have to force yourself to do. Although I'm hardly one to talk, there are times where I want to do anything except write.
It's okay. At least you have something. Julia told me about movies, so I
Ooh.
might try watching one of those. Have you ever seen a movie?
Once or twice, I'm sure.
Actually, Miho, there was something I wanted to ask you.
I have a feeling Aspen is very fucking sarcastic many times, but it just goes straight over Mio's head. Like, she's clearly seen more than just one or two movies in her life. Like, wow, maybe once or twice. Like, please, Aspen, she's not used to just participating in human society.
What's that?
Well, how would you feel about helping out around the library as a part-time job?
She can't read any of the stuff you have here. Well, what would you do as a part-time in a library when you can't read?
I'll pay you for your time, of course. It would give you something to do during the day, and it would be a great help.
Like, you couldn't even tell her, like, hi, can you put these books back in bookshelf X and Y? Because it's like, where? Oh, put it next to book with title X and Y. Yeah, okay, I can't read that.
Really? But I thought you didn't need any help running the library.
A normal book you're writing a self-insert fanfic.
It's true that I don't need it. The honor system has served me well for the day-to-day services, and I'm kept informed of any troublemakers.
But
But in addition to the kind assistance from Aspen in the mornings, I also have to reshelf books, maintain the check-in and check-out logs, and more.
thank you for the short hair reading.
I don't mind those tasks at all. In fact, I find them rather relaxing. But without them, I'd be able to devote more time to other pursuits.
One singular brain cell on YouTube.
If you're uninterested, you're more than welcome to decline. You needn't worry about being kicked out or disappointing me. I'm perfectly content either way.
Helping around here doesn't sound bad at all. It doesn't sound very exciting either, but it's not like I found anything else I'd rather do instead. At least it's comfy in the library and super convenient. Having some money again would be nice too. It would be even better that there's no one trying to take it back.
Alright, I'll do it.
Yay! Juliet looks a little taken aback.
That was fast. Are you quite sure?
Yeah, I'll try it at least.
Of course. If you find it's not for you, then I won't be upset.
Oh man. I would actually like to try working in a library at least once just to see if it would be for me.
Why don't you take the rest of the week for yourself? And you can begin on Monday.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Excellent. I'll be looking forward to it then.
The two of them chat a little bit longer before Aspen leaves to go ride and Juliet goes to bed. I stay mostly quiet, thinking to myself. A job. That's something I never envisioned having. I figured I'd just keep stealing until... Until what exactly? I'm not too sure. Until I find my person, I guess. The goal has been all I focused on for my entire life, but now spending time here in Wellington is actually making me plan things out in advance. When I stop and think about the future, it's a lot of emptiness and mystery. Makes me realize just how little I have to fall back on. That's why doing all these normal things like getting a job could be good for me. I don't know what might be useful someday. As for my person, I'm still always thinking about them and now I can find them. That part hasn't changed. For now, I'll just go with the flow and see where it takes me. Many places, apparently. Town is called Wellington. Are they in New Zealand? They are. They are in New Zealand, Wellington. Alright, apparently there's something about the whole completionist thing. So we're gonna go to every single fucking place ever. Oh, but all of that... Oh no, but all of it wastes time. Okay, we're gonna go to... Talk... Wait, at Waterfront, that's the guy who told us a... Oh, okay. Who are you? Who is this at Cuba Street? Feeling like I could use a break, I head down to Cuba Street. While I walk, I count up the bills in my wallet. Aspen was right, having a job is kind of nice. At least having money is. I can buy so many snacks and no one can yell at me now. When I get there, I zero in on the convenience store I stole sandwiches from on my first day here. I rush through, grabbing anything that looks good and carrying it up to the front where I dump everything onto the counter.
All of these, please.
The funniest thing to me is I would have never like guessed that this is a real place. Because it's like, oh, Wellington. Okay, yeah, sounds like a real enough place to be, but could be a fantasy name for all I care.
Are you having a party or something?
Nope, it's all for me.
The impressed-looking employee fills up a plastic bag with my bounty, chips and candy and sandwiches.
Now, to find somewhere to enjoy.
I've never seen the Lord of the Rings movies. I don't want to walk all the way back to the library, but all the benches around here are full. I carry my bag up the street and then down another and another. Food called Beef Wellington, alright. Eventually I reach a place I've never seen before. A large brick entrance looms over me with a wide open black gate. People are going in and out freely, so it must be okay. It's not breaking and entering if everyone's doing it, right? As soon as I step in, I'm surrounded by plants. There's green in every direction. I don't have to walk for very long before I find exactly what I'm looking for. A nice quiet bench in the shade of a couple of trees. You're going to act like you haven't. What? You know, it's one of those things where I repeatedly say I haven't seen most of the things that people would say are mainstream movies or movies you have to have seen. Especially because it's made with real people, so... You're going to be mightily disappointed if that doesn't come up as a joke at some point. Beef Wellington? What the fuck kind of beef is that? As I'm walking over, something suddenly flies past my face. First I think it's a bird or piece of cloth caught in the wind, but after a second I realize it's a fabled. One that seems kind of familiar. It drifts away without stopping and floats in the opposite direction from me. I go and sit down, unwrapping the snack bar that I bought and taking a bite. While I'm munching, a bug starts to buzz around my hand. I wave it away a few times, but it keeps coming back.
What is it with things getting in my face today?
No matter how many times I swatted it, the bug doesn't give up. Finally, I go to knock it away and totally by accident end up catching it in my hand instead. I can feel it buzzing against my palm as it flies around, trying to find a way out. It's not exactly pleasant. I'm not sure what to do with it. If I just toss it in the bushes, it'll come right back.
Can I have that?
Ah! A voice from behind almost startles me into letting the bug go. I spin around to come face to face with a fable that flew by a couple minutes ago. Just beneath him is a kid.
Have the bug?
Yeah, it's for my collection.
The boy holds up a book with some pictures of other bugs on it.
Got almost all the bugs on this page. That's the only one left.
My man's playing Pokemon Go in real life. Suddenly I remember where I've seen both him and the fable before. On the pier, hiding from his mom a couple weeks ago. I think his name was Tommy. It took me a bit to recognize him since he wasn't pouting.
Mom won't let me keep bugs because she says they're dirty, but Dad doesn't mind. So can I have it? Please?
Shh, I don't mind. He pulls out a little jar from one of his pockets and opens the lid.
Well, it solves my problem, I guess.
I dump the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it.
Thanks. Kirby and I were tracking this one all day.
The fable pops up and down in agreement. At least I think it's agreement. All three of us turn at the sound of footsteps as someone else approaches it. Is that your dad? My private spot has filled up pretty fast.
You catch anything good yet?
Elijah!
Dad! Look what this lady caught!
Tommy runs up and shoves the jar into the man's face. He takes it and inspects the bug inside.
Oh, looks like a big one. Did you say thank you?
Yeah, Kirby did too.
Oh, is that what it meant when you bobbed up and down?
What's in there? Their side characters cut them some slack. Both Tommy and his dad stare at me like I've just said something crazy. I take an instinctive step backwards.
You mean that...
You can see Kirby? You mean he's real?
Well, yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember this from last time. No one except Tommy can see Gerby. Tommy and me, apparently.
Yeah, he's floating right there. He has a purple flower on his head and on his sides.
I point to Gerby. Although the little fable doesn't have a mouth, its eyes crinkle up in a way that makes me think he'd be smiling.
Wow, she can really see him! See, I told you...
Swap what Demon Slayer won't accept uninspired side characters anymore. Alright. I have not seen or read Demon Slayer. Tommy's dad whistles in wonder.
You sure did, kiddo.
He turns to me.
Not sure how you did it, but you're the first person I've met who's been able to see Kirby. I've heard lots about him, of course. My name's Elijah, by the way. And I'm
Oh,
a
you
reporter
do
for the
pronounce
local
the J
press.
in
Might I ask you a
Elijah?
couple questions?
I just wanted to eat a snack in peace. Now I'm being asked to do an interview. My discomfort must show because Elijah waves a hand just like when I was trying to wave the bug away.
It's fine, it's fine. Forget I asked. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I'm just not very good at talking to people.
No fighting in my chat, please.
No worries. Thanks for helping Tommy catch that bug there. Beats me having to do it.
Sure. It was kind of an accident, though.
Hey, an accident doesn't have to be a bad thing. Me and Tommy should probably be heading out though, or his mum's gonna be upset with me. Oh, and Kirby.
An accident doesn't have to be a bad thing. Tommy was an accident. I mean, what?
Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you for the time.
Take care. Say bye, Tommy.
I couldn't help it. No, I like Tommy. Tommy's probably a very, very good kid. I'm sorry. Elijah takes Tommy's hand and leads him back out the gate, holding Tommy's book in his other hand. Tommy carries the book in a jar, peeking in to check on it every few steps. That was the way you interpreted it too. Only Gerby stays behind, orbiting around my head a couple times before bouncing up and down. Then he floats off in the same direction as the other two. When I'm finally alone, I sigh with relief. At long last, I enjoy the snacks that I bought earlier, and when a bug shows up and starts flying around me, I just leave it alone. I'm not taking any more chances. Oh, come on, Miho. Miho, please. Once we finish eating breakfast, Julia drums her fingers on the table, looking thoughtful.
Miho, it occurred to me that perhaps I should give you the proper tour of the library.
Ooh.
That way, you have the weekend to get better acquainted with it if you need.
Sure.
Tour? I think I've seen everything, right?
Pardon. I meant of the books themselves. Where to find each genre and what they are.
Oh, right. Sure.
Hadn't really thought about the books. To me, they're all the same, but I guess that wouldn't be true for everyone else. Right now, I have the place memorized in the same way you'd memorize a battlefield. Places out of sight, how to get in and out, and anything else that might be useful. I don't think there are many battles that happen in here, so Juliet's tour would probably be more helpful.
If you'd like, I can show you a couple of my favorite books.
You know, if you want her to get interested in books, you probably should start by maybe teaching her how to read.
That way, if anyone asks for a recommendation, you could at least make something up.
That'd be great.
Anything that makes it easier for me to make things up is fine by me. The three of us head to the entrance.
Let's start with the basics, shall we? As you know, this is the reference desk. It's where books are checked in and out, and where anyone who needs help can find it.
What kind of help do people ask for?
Usually, they need assistance finding a specific book. Or perhaps they need a recommendation for what to read next.
Hello! Welcome in, Raiders! Thank you so much! Hello! I'm new. I like the color pink visual novels and JRPGs, and we're currently playing Please Be Happy. Please be happy, and thank you very much for the raid! Oh, Art, what were you drawing? What were you drawing? Welcome in! Hello!
Hope they like the same books as her then.
Don't worry, I'll think of some that are more popular. Not my real favourites, which most people would be too bored to
Oh,
finish.
Aspen. Oh. A Pikachu for the Raiders, of course.
Pikachu! Pika. Pikachu!
Just a little honey doodle you posted on Twitter later. Ooh.
And we'll go check it out later then.
I hope you had a fun stream and a good time drawing. Aspen's the name of the dog you have in this house. You always double take whenever you say Aspen. Oh god, I've never heard that name like in real life before. Juliet leads us into the actual rows of shelves. I stare down the books as I pass by, committing as many details to memory as I can. Even if I can't read the words, I can try to remember the colors and shapes and covers.
Over here is the children's section. It's got lots of picture books and beginner reader books.
Yeah.
The shelves are shorter too, so that children can reach them more easily.
Oh, I've seen some of those around. Are adults allowed to read them too?
Yes.
Of course. Parents read to their kids quite often.
Some people read them for fun, too. You gain so much more appreciation for the illustrations once you're older.
We head over to another area.
This is the non-fiction section. It's for books about things that are true.
The section I usually do not go to. I'm not a big non-fiction reader. Not at all. I do have a few books that I still have to get around to, but I think I can count those on one hand. Everything else is fiction.
I rarely visit this section, personally.
In a shady corner near Aspen's favorite table, Julia taps a small sign hanging on one of the shelves.
This is the mystery section.
Ooh.
Stories about detectives, murders, and other such subjects live here.
Yeah, that's what I would be.
I do admire mystery writers. It's difficult to come up with a compelling one.
Mm-hmm. We go around the whole library like this, with Juliet and Aspen pointing at all the other sections. Finally, we come to a stop back at the desk where we started.
I do believe that's everything. Do you feel like you have a good understanding now?
She looks like that was a little much.
It's hard to keep them all straight. Fantasy, history, cookbooks, biographies. I think I've got most of it though.
By the end, my head feels like it's spinning, and I know that I won't be able to remember everything as hard as I try. But I do feel like I've gotten better feeling for the place. At the very least, I could show someone where to find the restrooms.
It is a lot to take in. Don't worry if you can't memorize it all right away. There's plenty of time to learn.
Even I forget where things are sometimes, and I've spent more time here than at my own apartment.
Wow. Wow, am I not surprised?
Thanks. Might take me a while, but I'll get it eventually.
I know you will. I have the utmost confidence in you.
Oh. If I'm going to do this, I might as well try my best. Maybe something good will come from it, and if not, I can always just leave. You missed an hour! Do we have a job yet? We're actually apparently gonna start helping out in the library as a kind of part-time job.
Sure.
I'll be off to bed myself then. Have a lovely day, you two.
Sleep well.
Night.
Day, actually. Julian heads upstairs while Aspen and I go back to the shelves.
To start with,
She leads the way to the fiction section, which is easy to remember since it's the biggest. Aspen runs a finger across the books as we move down an aisle. I see her scanning the titles before she stops and taps the spine of one.
here we are, Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights, I've never read.
I just returned this one recently after finishing my annual reread.
Well, no, we cannot read yet.
It's
And
a
no one
very
has thought
tragic
about
love
maybe
story.
actually
Main character
teaching
is
her
one
how
of
to
the
read
terrible
either.
confess, and there's an awful lot of death. But despite all that, it's beautiful.
The description definitely isn't what I was expecting.
People really like to read that stuff? Sometimes, yes. You read to experience all kinds of different feelings.
I mean, Miho so far hasn't actually needed it to get by, so...
Besides, I think there's a kind of sad beauty to doomed romances like that.
Oh,
It really
nah,
does
I'm not
provide
into that stuff.
perspective.
I need happy endings.
If you say so.
You don't have to take my word for it. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you start working here. In the meantime,
I follow Aspen to the other side of the room where there are a couple smaller racks of books near the corner.
do you enjoy poetry?
I mean, I do enjoy a good poem, but I would not actually buy poem books, I think. Poetry books.
You mean like races and stuff? Guess they're okay.
That's pottery. Poetry is
She clears her throat.
prose. Words in their best order. Poetry, the best words in the best order. Samuel Coleridge said that. He was a poet, but he's not the one I have in mind. I'll show you what he meant.
The book she selects looks old, very old. It has a green cover that's rough like a lizard's skin, with the letters being faded gold.
Alfred Lord Tennyson is one of the most famous poets to have existed. I simply
Is the
adore
dictionary
his
technically
work.
prose? Alphabetic order's best order after.
Here, this is from The Lady of Shalott.
She clears her throat again, even though it's only been a few seconds since this last time.
Willows whiten, aspens shiver. The sunbeam showers break and quiver. In the stream that runneth ever, by the island in the river, flowing down to Camelot.
I barely heard past the first line.
Aspens, like your name. Does it come from this poem?
Aspen shiver in that top, I don't know.
If only. Aspens are a type of tree. Mum loves them. More than she likes poetry, for sure.
Their type of tree? Oh.
I do wish I'd been named after it, though.
Well, what were you named after? She reads me the rest of it, which ends up being pretty long. It's kind of hard to follow, but imagining the fields and towers that she talks about is nice. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've been to Camelot before. Some of the details in the poem aren't quite right. Anyway, even if I don't really understand the poem, it's nice to listen to Aspen reading it. Plus, there's no way I'll forget what the book looks like.
Alright, last one. I thought 3 would be enough to start, but you can always ask me for more recommendations if you need.
Apparently!
I could suggest books until lunch, if I didn't stop myself.
You know, for as much as I read, I'm very bad at recommending books.
I might someday.
Even though I lived in
library for a few days now. I never really knew how many different books there were out there before.
Oh, believe me, this library isn't even a fraction of what exists. It's not that big for a library, in fact. Just huge for a personal collection, which is really what it is.
Oh.
How many books have you read?
I couldn't even guess. Definitely hundreds. Maybe thousands.
Me too.
I've never tried counting, but perhaps I should.
Oh man, actually, I was at the bookstore sometime last week, and there was a lady there with her child, and they were talking about getting an e-book reader, like with a store attendant, and the store attendant was like, "Oh, why? Is it because she's reading so many books?" And then the mom goes, "Oh yeah, she's trying to get to 500 books. If she makes it to 500 books, then I'll get her something like this because we're running out of space." And then the attendant was like, "Oh, well, how many books are you at right now?" And the child, I couldn't guess how old. I mean, old enough to read, apparently. Maybe 8, 9. I have no idea. And she went, "Oh, I'm at 314 right now." I'm like, damn, you've read 300 books? Good for you. You made a poem. There once was a person called Nua who made people go, "Oh, they like the color pink, but seldom knew what to do." So one day they started streaming a game with Kiryu. Woo! Thank you. No, but the mom was like, "Yeah, we're kind of running out of space. I don't know where to actually put those books anymore." But she's not stopping, and she counts every single one she's reading. I'm like, damn. I mean, I was a big reader as a child, but I definitely did not hit 300 at that age. Hideo covers the Traveling Cat Chronicles and Shaglon's White Fang. Yeah, I want to get around to reading Traveling Cat Chronicles. You've told me so many times about that one now. Like every time I ask, "Hey, you have book recommendations?" You're like, "Yeah, this one." And I still haven't gotten around to it. Good evening!
It would be nice to look back on someday.
It is nice. It is nice to be like, "Oh, I've read this and that many things before." Which is why I always love tracking stuff, like what games have I played, what books have I read, blah blah blah. I mean, granted, if I count every single manga, like volume, as a full book, I'm obviously getting up there.
Okay, here we are.
The book she takes me to is laid out flat on an end table where more people can see it rather than on the shelf.
Everyone knows the story of Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter
The boy who never grows
Pan!
up and can fly. Everyone except me. Now you do too. Peter has a darling fairy friend named Tinkerbell.
The giant Excel spreadsheet with the kind of stuff.
Fights
Yeah.
the pirate Captain Hook.
Yeah, I do have a giant Excel spreadsheet. That is not up to date. Sadly, it's not up to date, so I should get around to finally updating it, but the longer I wait, the worse it's gonna be. Green, pink, black, white. Considers reading a delight. Often streaming here at night, but fish to give them quite a fright. Thank you. Thank you. That is lovely. Fish do be giving me quite a fright.
Peter leads a group of boys called the Lost
Welcome back.
Boys, and they cause all sorts of trouble for Neverland, where they all live.
What do you mean he never grows up?
In Neverland, you never get older. So he stays a young boy for his whole life. Even when the girl he loves, Wendy, grows up and gets married, and someday dies.
You sure do like sad stories, huh?
I suppose I do.
Yeah, Aspen and I are definitely not alike in that sense.
It's as Peter Pan himself says. To die would be an awfully big adventure. Still, it's not like I only like sad things. Romance is my favourite genre, and not just the tragic kind.
I sit down on one of the chairs since it seems like Aspen wants to have a conversation. May as well get comfy. Aspen sits down too, fidgeting with the strap of her purse.
Why is it your favorite?
Well,
Aspen would be great friends with the friend I've talked about before. You know, the one who's played like 3 games on Steam. Because her favorite story ever is Peter Pan. Every time I see anything Peter Pan, I'm like, I should get that for her. You like happy stories? Me too. Or at least stories that will give me a happy ending, a happy resolution to bad things. Peter Pan brand peanut butter is amazing. Okay, I don't know that one. I also don't like peanut butter. You like when funny things happen. Mood! Valid. Hand stop moving while she thinks.
in a book, things can be much more perfect than in real life. A moonlit balcony all alone, or a sunset kiss on the seashore. Real life is considerably messier.
That's true.
I've never been in love before, although I think it sounds quite nice.
Makes you question your existence.
People
Oh.
read to feel things. So until that time, living vicariously through other stories is enough. What about you?
What about me?
Someone needs to say I like trains to finish the joke. Aww. I like it when funny things happen. I like trains.
Do you ever hope to fall in love? I assume you haven't been in love before, but maybe I'm wrong.
I do not mind a romance being in a thing as long as as long as the book is upfront about it, like, okay, there is going to be a romance there, and it's not the only thing happening. I do read romance stuff just for the romance aspect sometimes, but I need to be in a very specific mood for it. What about Clannad? I love Clannad. I've never read The Great Gatsby, though.
Nah, I haven't.
Whoa!
I like being on my own.
You've occasionally thought what a relationship would look like in fantasy series, specifically a long-lived... Aha! I don't mind the long message, I just can't read it in one go because my OBS window is too small. 1 second. One with a more normal lifespan than a new Pathfinder game hit me with an awkward realization. What happens when a teen elf and a teen human get together and then suddenly there's a weird age gap between the two? The game itself had that sort of thing as a friendship problem. A lot of the kids her age quickly outgrew her and left her behind. Was sad. Oh. I'm gonna read it out loud. I'm at least gonna try. I try to read at least most parts of messages out loud. Ouch. Ah. I'm always a little sad about the whole different lifetime expectancies stuff. Or like, what was it? I think that was a Tumblr post that was like, oh, why are those age-old, centuries-old vampires always going for the teenage girls when they've already been living for hundreds of years? Why do they never go for, you know, the sweet old ladies who are already 80? You've seen that post? Yeah. I mean, it's true. You've been alive for hundreds of years. You've probably seen your fair share of hardship. You've seen your fair share of people die around you. Why do you go for a teenager of all things? Not that I don't enjoy those stories at all, but sometimes I'm like, why not? Why not make it a sweet romance story with an, I don't know, with an older lady? Or a friendship story. The romance story is so fucking good. I mean, Clannad is a romance game. If it wasn't like 80 hours, I would probably consider playing it on stream, but visual differences in fantasy lifespan otherwise can also be really funny. Oh no, for sure, for sure. It's just sometimes the whole, oh god, one of them is going to die before the other, not just in a someone always dies first thing, but you know, this person is just never going to see as much You meant the anime. I've seen the anime. He likes to be in submarines to hide from the moon? That sounds fun. That sounds great.
Do you think maybe that would change if you met the right person?
I don't know. You tell me, Aspen. I'm trying to get on your route.
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't thought about it much. Since everyone forgets me, there's never been a reason for me to care.
I suppose that's reasonable. Still, that
Can you
means-
romance Aspen? Yes, you there. You can romance either Aspen or Juliet, apparently. Or at least they have roots. I'm assuming they're going to be romantic in nature because all of the games from these people so far have been romance stories. We are Miho. Yes, we're playing as Miho.
Well, it doesn't matter. Do you ever watch movies? Or TV? Just about everything has a love story in it nowadays, not just books.
She literally told you earlier that she's never seen a movie. She's considering to try and, you know, go see one.
Nah, not in a long time.
What do you mean not in a long time? I'm trying to... Huh?
How long?
She sure asks a lot of questions, and they jump around topics so much too. I don't really mind, but I have to try hard to even remember the answers. Trick me into watching Grave of the Fireflies. Ooh, I saw Grave of the Fireflies once. I don't know, I didn't really even... It didn't hit me as much as I thought it would. I feel like I would have to watch it again nowadays. Be in a different mindset now. You're not, you're afraid to do it, you don't think you're gonna. I watched it once. I didn't cry. At the time, it felt like a very slow to me. Lesbians! Yeah! Hi, Sammy. You couldn't finish it? Oh, man. No. I don't know. Grave of the Fireplace one was not for me back then. But I was an edgy teenager then. So maybe I'm different now. Now I'm an edgy adult. You didn't cry for Clannad? I did cry for Clannad. What the fuck? You guys are talking about different things. Jesus Christ. I cried many times while playing and watching Clannad. Angel Beats had you closer to tears than Clannad did, but it made me cry. Oh, Angel Beats had me cry. Specifically in episode 3, and then afterwards not as much anymore. Episode 3 was the bad one though. Oh, I cried so much. Oh. Also, hi Sammy. You were planning on playing this game, but I feel like every other time you come in, I'm playing a game you were planning on playing at some point. You're a crybaby. I'm a crybaby when it comes to media as well, though. I don't cry much in real life unless I'm like mentally down a lot. But movie, game, book makes me sad. Ooh, there they go, the tears. It's on your wish list. I mean, it's not. No, it's been out for a little bit now, I think. Mia's so cute, you love her. Same. She's adorable. She also can read. You're not a crybaby, you're a baby. Get out of here. This is an 18+ stream. Unless they get you attached to a character. Oh. Nah. Is this 18+? I mean, this game? No. But still, all of my streams are rated 18+ because I do not want children here. If you're 17 and a half, you're still under 18, so fuck out of there. Certain book has gotten you close to tearing out, that's about what the record likes. Oh no, I do cry. Feels good then as well. What was the last thing I watched that made me cry? That's just the problem, I can never remember. I couldn't tell you right now. New is 18 plus, the language. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. We're swearing. If you're turning 18 tomorrow, I better not see you until midnight. If I find... Listen, not joking though. If I find out anyone here is not of age, I have to kindly ask you to leave. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ban you. That's my responsibility as a streamer. So, I don't think anyone here is that young though. Because we're all boomers here. Of course you're of age. I mean, you are. You can check Saturday. There's no stream on Thursday, right? No, there's no stream on Thursday. I will nuke you from orbit. You're old. Sammy, I would argue you're not the oldest person here. I can guarantee you're right now, you're definitely not the oldest person here. Shame. Yeah, Thursday are family days. That's why there's never any streams on Thursdays. Cheers. Yeah, family days where I go visit my family, where I don't have a computer. You mean it's already Monday? Yeah, it is. It has been Monday for over 20 hours actually in this time zone. Heights and trash can. On Thursday, you age. Yes, you do. I like that we're somehow on topic and completely off topic at the same time for this game. It's very funny to me. No both stream for you. No. I'm sorry. You thought it was Saturday? I feel you're a little off then.
A few years?
I mean, it feels very weird to me today as well. It's like, it's Monday. I'm streaming on Monday?
And? What was it?
I don't know what it was. I didn't speak the language there yet, and I didn't memorize the
Oh
sound.
wait, does this imply, by the way, that Miho is at least trilingual? Like, Korean, English. She's been to China before. Feels like the wiki because you took a Monday off. Ooh, nice. Oh, is that why you're still here? You have the day off?
There were these people in white suits bouncing around, and the people watching seemed really excited by it.
Aspen gasps.
Did the people on TV, do you remember by chance if the place they were hopping around looked like a desert, all rocky and empty?
Now that you mention it, yeah. How
What?
did you know?
What are we? What movie are we referencing here? You got to waste most of it getting your flat tire patched and adapter. Oh. She dashes a hand to her forehead in disbelief.
That was the moon landing.
The moon landing! Oh! I see! What movie are they referencing here? The moon landing.
No, I'm pretty sure I'd remember if the moon landed.
Shut the fuck up!
Not like that, silly. It was when humans went to the moon for the
Fly
first
all over the place
time.
with topics. Yeah, just like my brain. It's fine. I love this.
Wait, they did?
Yes, and you saw it happen, apparently.
They must have had help from the Fableds magic, right?
No, not this time. It was pure human ingenuity.
Whoa.
You look surprised.
I am. I didn't know humans could do something like that.
Well, not just any human. It took a lot of work from a lot of people. It still does to this day. I can't believe you got to watch it live, though. What was it like?
Had a really good lunch that day. Everyone was so distracted that I was able to sneak into a restaurant that usually would have caught me.
Yeah, yeah. She shakes her head.
That's all you can remember.
It was some kind of pasta dish with a white sauce and lots of cheese.
I meant about...
Oh,
never mind.
Aspen. Oh man, I love Miho. She's so good. Focus on important things is great priorities. Exactly.
Anyway, I was just going to suggest asking Juliet about putting a TV in your room.
Ooh.
Surely there's one in this place somewhere. It would give you something to do, at least. And you don't have to be able to read to enjoy the story of a good show or movie.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I might. I definitely need something to do other than walk around town all day.
Let me know if you do. I'll bring over some movies for you to borrow. If I can't recommend books to you, at least I can do that.
Will do. I don't know where else I'd start.
True, unless it's subtitle anime. Sometimes I will start doing things like while watching anime, thinking, oh yeah, this is fine. And like I hear them talking and like I'm doing something else, I hear them talking only to realize like a minute after, like, hold on, I don't speak Japanese. What the fuck is even going on? And then I have to like rewind.
I'll be more than happy whenever you ask.
That's fun.
For now, not to be rude, but I'm going to go right. for
You
it.
do, I know you do.
I'm working on the last couple chapters of this book before I'm finished, and
I
I want
don't.
to be done with it as fast as I can.
Sure. Good luck.
And the 500 books about learning Japanese are just looking at me sadly, thinking, you know, you could try. To tell the truth, I'm always a bit relieved when someone else ends the conversation for me. I never know how to do it myself. I wave goodbye as Aspen goes off to a table by the window, pen in hand. Within moments, she's hunched over her notebook, writing. Sometimes when you're spacing on watching bilingual stream, it takes you a moment to figure out if they switch. Just like, yeah, wait, what? Good thing I don't usually switch to German. And not like I speak any other languages. I'm so confused on how to choose. Like, I should probably prioritize places where people are, right? And then that's gonna make time go by. Come back from doing chores to Yu-Gi-Oh! And I left wondering what the fuck happened to the moon, how Catapult Turtle managed to hit it. Oh! Funnily enough, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all things, that would not be the case for me because I've exclusively watched Yu-Gi-Oh! With the German dub. So that's also how I managed to get through hundreds of episodes in a comparably short time because I could just have it run in the back. It's a sentence in German like yesterday. I mean, that one was fun. That one was great. I have forgot to put like a little thing in there that if you want Uwu speak in German, it's gonna just be German dub voice. Speaking English so while watching chat. Oh. The next story thinks maybe a good visiting other locations first, but it says that time, like, there's a time thingy there, so time's gonna go by, right? I don't want to miss out on the story thing because, like, I could go to the den. The den doesn't have a time thing, right? I could not go to the den. Never mind. It's okay. Then you can click the words you don't know and until it's to study. Ooh. You know, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna do this one. I'm not gonna risk the time thing. Since I don't have anything better to do, I decide to head back to the park to see Lena. Aspen told me where and when I could find her, although we both know that Lena won't have any idea who I am. I noticed that it was grayed out at the same time. Will you believe me if I tell you that my microphone is hanging right there on in front of the screen where it shows which areas are grayed out? Making sure that I see Aspen and Juliet every day is hard enough as it is. Although I like Lena, I don't think I could put in the effort to have her remember me too. Maybe she started coming by the library in the mornings like Aspen does, although I'm pretty sure that's the last thing Aspen would ever want to happen. I go back to the park where we play tennis and wander around searching for Lena. It takes a bit longer since I'm not looking for something as obvious as a tennis court, but I finally find her in a group of people near some trees. You do not believe me? Well, sounds like a personal problem. Because hanging out with you is fun. Oh, shh. All of them, including her, have shovels in their hands and are working on digging holes. Finally something I'm good at. Although compared to tennis, it looks more like a punishment than a hobby. Sounds like a skill issue. Thank you for the posture tag. I walk over to Lena, who's barely made a dent in the ground. She waves when she sees me, but not in a familiar way.
Hi there! Here to volunteer?
Maybe? Volunteer for what?
To save the planet, duh!
You're digging holes in the ground.
Digging in the dirt?
Exactly! We're planting new trees to, help beautify the city of Wellington by promoting natural resources. I think.
You think? She says the second part like she's reading off a label or sign.
If you want to help out, go talk to Cyrus. He'll get you all set up.
Lena points over at someone that I sort of recognize. The Dryad? How do you say this? Dryad? Dryad? Okay. That Lena was watching when we played tennis. Oh! He does get a sprite! Since I'm here, I may as well give it a shot, so I follow her instructions and walk over.
Hi there. I'm
Hi.
here to help out.
Welcome aboard. I'm Cyrus. Here's a sapling and a shovel.
Cyrus holds out a shovel in one hand and a small bucket with a tree in the other. I take them, doing my best not to drop the sapling.
Okay. I'm Miho. What do we do now?
First you dig, then you plant. Then you do that over and over until you get bored and go home.
You sound like you're already bored.
That sounds easy enough.
Everyone says that at first. Good luck.
She starts to walk away but then pauses.
Hey, quick question. Are you friends with that girl over there? The one with the wings?
No?
Lena? Sort of.
Can you let me know if she... Actually, never mind.
If she what? If she what? Hmm?
Let me know if you need any help.
Yeah, wings. She has wings. This time he really does leave, walking around to check the progress everyone is making. Now that I'm all set up, I take the things he gave me and go back to where Lena is.
Good to go? Since you're new too, let's have a race. We can see who plants more trees by the end.
Before I can respond or even think about it, Lena starts furiously hacking at the ground. It flies like when I was building my den. I watch her for a second and then start on my own. I don't really want to compete with Lena, so I go at my own pace. I'd love to if that's the goal here. I don't think I have that much choice here. It's a little awkward. I could do this in seconds as a fox, but using a shovel feels strange and inefficient. Muscles I didn't even know I have start to feel sore. Only a few minutes later, Lena sprawls on the ground in exhaustion. She's only halfway done at best.
I didn't think...
Digging a hole in and of itself is not hard. Digging a hole that's deep enough is the not so fun part if you're not used to it. I mean, she's more efficient as a fox. You need to go, so I'm like, okay, thank you for coming by. While she's lying there, Cyrus comes around on one of his inspections. He stops and examines both of our handiwork.
Nice job, Miho. You're a natural. Lena? Good effort.
Lena leaps to her feet, using her wings to propel herself into a standing position.
I wasn't taking a break. I was, testing the ground to This one will be even better.
Before our eyes, Lena starts to attack the ground again, even faster than when she started racing me. Dirt sails over her heads as she tosses it away from herself, with some of it falling onto Cyrus's hand. He looks strangely resigned.
Just don't hurt yourself, okay? I don't want to.
Oh my god.
To the hospital again.
Carrie? I mean, again?
Lena asks questions without stopping her work.
It's a long story. Anyway, just be careful.
As he begins to leave, Cyrus puts a hand on my shoulder. I tense up, but manage not to shake it off.
Keep an eye on her.
Do not
Ruby.
shake it off. Okay. I nod and Cyrus walks away. As soon as he's out of earshot, Lena comes to a halt.
Mio, right? I need you to break my arm.
Excuse me?
You. What?
Yeah. Maybe that's a bit much. Maybe just a finger would be enough.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh, you're right! A broken leg would make more sense.
Huh? She is pretty. Also, I feel like her hat is pretty darn empty. I'm not entirely sure we're having the same conversation. I decide to try a different approach.
So.
I think she wants someone very specific to carry her.
Friends? Kind of. Unfortunately.
Aha, you want to be more than friends?
You don't want to be friends?
I want to be more than that.
Yeah. For the first time ever, Lena looks around after speaking, like she's worried someone might have heard her.
Like best friends?
More than that. Like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mio's reaction is so fucking. Ah. That explains why I didn't understand.
How's that going?
She sighs and her wings droop.
Well, we just saw
Aww.
pretty much. I know Cyrus from ballet, but I quit ballet, so I only get to see him at other stuff like this. But he's always trying something new every week, so I do too.
You could ask him for his number. Like, if he ever wants to properly hang out and not just, oh, hey, what funny new activity are you going to do next week so I can follow you like a fucking stalker?
But it's kind of hard to talk to him, especially when he's so busy. When I heard he was gonna come plant trees, I had no idea he'd be in charge. So I can't let him think I'm a slacker or bad at tennis. Not when he already thinks I'm a quitter.
I think I get it.
The one thing I know for sure is that it sounds complicated. Good luck, Lena. The two of us go back to shoveling dirt and eventually we go deep enough that we can plant a sapling Cyrus gave us. Nice. I carefully set mine in the ground and then cover it back up the same way I've seen other people doing. When it's time to wrap up, Cyrus makes one last trip around, collecting shovels and handing out water bottles. When he reaches us, he nods approvingly.
Good work, both of you.
Thanks.
I gulp down the water he gives me in just a few swigs.
Yeah, thanks.
On the other hand, Lena still seems a little dejected. She doesn't even try to talk to Cyrus before he leaves. When the two of us part ways, she just gives me a half-hearted wave.
See you later.
Yeah. Bye.
I'm not even sure what she'll be doing next time, much less when or where. Maybe Aspen will tell me about it again. Digging holes wasn't exactly something I want to do a second time, but planting a tree was satisfying, and I'm kind of curious to see how things go with Lena and Cyrus, if they go at all. Lena's kind of a lot, as Aspen says, but she's nice. I hope everything works out for her at least. Looking around, I notice that I'm the only one left, so I toss my empty bottle in a recycling bin and start making my way back. Right, Canada doesn't have fucking fun. Why don't you people have fun on the good bottles? Why do you just throw them away? God damn it. Thank you for the added time. In the pet. Okay, hold on. I want to try something. If I save here, I just want to see Like, if I go here, does it make time go by or no? It's rare for me, but the sun is cozy enough that it seduces me to napping on the beach. I have a warm, formless dream that carries me away as lazily as a gentle lapping of water on the shore. And I wake up covered in scent. Like, totally covered. Like, I think someone tried to bury me. When I look around for a perpetrator, sure enough, 2 guilty-looking children with shovels shriek and run away giggling. Well, thanks for the blanket, I guess. Yep, nope, that makes time go by. Nope, 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 nope. So we're gonna focus on the things where, you know, there's people. And I'm gonna focus on the boy. Then, okay. Good to know. Learned something new. Looking for something to do, I head to Cuba Street to walk around. I don't go shopping very often since I have pretty much everything I could need at the library, but I do like looking around. While I wander, I notice 2 people that I sort of recognize sitting at a table together. Tommy's parents. Last time the dad introduced himself to me as Elijah. Although I recognize his mom, I've never heard her name. The 2 of them are sitting across from each other, and his mom has her face in her hands. Elijah looks kind of upset. I can't fucking say that name. Elijah looks kind of upset but stays on the side of the table. Tommy and Gerby don't seem to be around. And curiosity gets the better of me and I sit down close by where I can hear what they're talking about.
Gwen, we're still on the same side here. Tommy's side.
Oh, Gwen is her name, okay.
I know, it's just... it's a lot, okay?
You guys are getting a divorce, or you're already divorced, right?
Yeah. But we knew it wasn't going to be easy.
At least we were right about that.
Gwen pats her pockets looking around, and Elijah pulls out a pack of tissues from his own pocket. He offers them to her and she takes one and blows her nose.
What are we supposed to tell his teacher? This is the 3rd time he's gotten in a fight this month.
Are you talking about Tommy? I can't picture him in a fight. He's way too small. What would he even be fighting about?
Yeah. Did they say if he won or not?
Elijah!
I mean, if my kid got in a fight, I wanted to know if they won as well.
Sorry. Why don't you talk to the school and let them know that we're dealing with it? And I can talk to T when he's back from your place next time.
Yeah, they're definitely divorced already.
Fine. Maybe he'll listen to you better than he'll listen to me.
Maybe. It's a shame we can't get Gerby to talk to him.
Gwen scoffs.
Or anyone. I don't think it's bad for him to have an imaginary
It's not
friend,
imaginary.
But...
Oh, that's right. The other day, Tommy and I ran into someone who was able to see Gerby.
Oh, he does remember? He's talking about me. I scoot a little closer on the bench where I'm sitting to make sure I don't miss anything.
Really? Who was it?
You know?
Ah.
I remember them saying it, but I can't picture their face or voice. Wish I'd gotten a name or something.
So you don't actually know if they saw him or not?
No.
They just said they could.
No. We even described them.
Well, technically, maybe you're right. I wish I could think of who it was.
Do you think we can jump in here and actually say it was us? Ah. I'm tempted to walk over and tell them that it was me, but I don't know what that would accomplish. I don't have any way to prove what I'm saying, and it might just make me come up as crazy. I can only sort of follow along with what they're talking about, but it seems like Tommy's having a lot of trouble, and neither of them know what to do about it. That's not anything I can give advice on or help with either. Sighing, Gwen checks her watch.
Well, I've got to go pick him up. I'll let you know what the teacher says when I talk to her.
All right. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, bye.
They both stand up and it seems like they're not sure how to act. Finally, Gwen gives a stiff wave and walks off down Cuba Street. Elijah sticks around for a bit longer, sighing like Gwen did and running her hand through his hair. Then he leaves in the opposite direction. Humans and their relationships are complicated. I hope I never have to deal with something like that. Now that the 2 of them are gone, there's nothing else going on around here that's very interesting. Aww. Eventually I get up as well and start walking again in search of the next thing that can entertain me for a while. After another day spent entertaining myself around town, I decide to take Aspen's advice and ask Juliet about a TV. The light is on in Juliet's study, meaning she's in there. I knock on the door and get an instant response.
Come in.
The study hasn't changed at all since I was here a couple days ago, except there aren't any bats in the corner this time. It's just me and her.
Hi. Good evening, Miho. What brings you here?
I'm a little bit worried about how to do this. Usually I just take something I want. Lately I've started saying yes when people offer me things, but going in and just asking for something? Well, I have to do it sometime.
I had a question. Yesterday, Aspen said I should ask about getting a TV in my room. That way, I'd have something to do.
Oh, that is a good idea. I take it today wasn't particularly exciting either.
Not really. It was fine. Nothing bad happened. I'm just...
I don't want to say I'm bored. What if she thinks I'm blaming her or ungrateful? I bite my lip trying to think of a better way to put it, but she seems to read my mind.
Bored? It's alright, you can say it. An empty room would be boring for anyone. I believe there should be a television somewhere around. Let's take a look.
I wonder how rich Juliet is. Like, she's got to be. She's a vampire. She's probably been around for a while. She has her own library. She clearly has enough to just have some random girl move in with her. Of course she would have a television around somewhere. Probably. I follow behind her out of the office. Julia takes me down one of the hallways I've never been down and where I don't think I've ever seen the lights turn on. We pass by several doors.
What are all these rooms?
They've been all kinds of things over the years. Bedrooms, studies, playrooms. But now they're mostly just storage.
We stop in front of one door indistinguishable from the
I
rest.
believe this is the one.
It's not locked. Juliet just opens it normally. Inside is dark and dusty, the windows covered with heavy curtains that don't let any light in. In other words, what you'd expect from a vampire's house. There's tons of junk leaning against the walls, like some faded bicycles, and a dresser that's missing a drawer.
Ah, there it is.
Juliet points and I see what she's looking at. There's a TV in one corner with its cords wrapped around itself and a thick blanket of dust. We both walk over and wipe some of the dust away. It immediately blows into my face.
Miho, are you alright?
Still, I back a few steps away.
As you can tell, it's been a while since I've come in here.
Much more carefully than me, Juliet cleans off the
I
TV.
believe it should still work though.
Okay, I can move it to my room then.
It's alright. I can take it.
Juliet effortlessly lifts the TV up and begins to carry it to my room. I know from plenty of experience that TVs aren't exactly easy to
I
lift.
need to remind myself to never piss her off.
Oh yeah, those TVs are a pain to look around. I hurry after her, arriving at my room just as she sets the TV down in the corner and plugs it in.
Let's see.
It's actually making me incredibly upset how green this room is. Like, that is not a green I would be able to relax in, even though they always say green is a relaxing color. This just looks... This is a Shrek kind of color. I would not be able to sleep in a room that is the color of Shrek. She presses the power button and with a soft buzz it comes to life.
It works!
Indeed. I'm relieved.
This is a Shrek kind of color, deserves to be a... I mean, don't... Like, this is a Shrek kind of color. I keep taking screenshots, Jesus Christ.
Let me try to remember how to use it.
It's kind of slow, but she manages to explain all the different buttons and what they do and how to use the remote. It doesn't seem that complicated, but also I never learned how to do it either. Once we make sure it's not gonna die or anything, Juliet leaves me on my own with it. I change through all the channels, getting an idea for what there is. There are some channels with cartoons which I know are meant for kids. There are also some shows with real people in them, but they don't make much sense to me. Maybe if I watched them from the beginning. There are also plenty of ads. I recognize more products than I do shows. That probably has more to do with my lifestyle than anything else though. Come back! Even flipping through stations constantly, I do find myself having much more fun than if I was just napping or walking around. I see why some humans do this all day. Eventually I go back to one of the cartoon channels. Even if they're for kids, they're easier to follow along with. I pick one and leave it running, climbing into bed to watch. I end up spending a few hours watching until I fall asleep that night. Having something else to follow along with and think about is a nice distraction from having my own doubts and worries creep up on me. If this is what a normal life is like, then maybe it's something I could get used to after all. Aww. Well, that's nice, isn't it? During a conversation with Aspen, she told me about what Lena's next adventure would be, an outdoor painting class. When that time rolls around, I decide to go check it out. Just like the other activities I've tried with Lena, it'll be happening in the park. When I arrive, I don't even have to look around. The class is right next to the entrance. The group is bigger than the ones for tennis and tree planting. Everyone has a big canvas on a stand in front of them, and there are a bunch of paints and brushes in the middle. Lena's easy to find like always, and I see Cyrus on the other side of the crowd away from her. It seems like he's not the one in charge today. You a little dizzy to tiny cut, you know how it is. Oh! You okay? A friendly person in a paint-stained apron sees me arrive and helps me choose a canvas and some art supplies, and then sends me to find a spot. Naturally, I head over to where Lena is.
Hey, mind if I set up here?
Oh, sure. Are you new here?
Sarah's splash out is like at least 40% worse than the rest. It feels like something feels off about it. Like, he's important enough to get a sprite, but not important enough to, like, have it properly colored in and shaded.
Yeah, this is my first time painting.
Me too. Wanna have a Actually, maybe you shouldn't race when you're painting.
I take a peek at what Lena's been working on. Doesn't seem like there's a particular topic, so everyone's painting is different. Lena's painting is a picture of a young swan with a pink flower on its head. It's surprisingly great. Are you a swan? Right, she's a bird. That would make sense. Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is amazing for your first time.
Right. That makes sense.
You think so? I mean, of course it is. What are you gonna paint?
I don't know yet. Let's see.
There are a bunch of different sized brushes and a variety of colors. Having so many options to choose from makes it harder, not easier to decide. Maybe I should go for something simple, like a tree. Choosing a brush in a shade of brown, I get to work.
Alright everyone, warm-up's over. Go ahead and find a partner.
Ooh, portraits. I have no idea. For some reason I didn't think of a swan. My tree is mostly done by now. It's not very detailed, and it doesn't look like any tree I've ever seen in real life, but at least I can tell what it's supposed to be. When the instructor says to choose a partner, I instinctively turn to Lena, preparing to ask her, but of course she's looking over in Cyrus's direction. I sigh to myself.
You should go ask him before he ends up with someone else.
It'll mean I have to partner up with a stranger, but as far as Lena's concerned, she and I are already strangers, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference. Lena jumps in shock.
Whoa, are you a mind reader?
No, you're just really fucking obvious.
Something like that.
That's so cool. You're right though. But what if he says no?
Then he says no, I guess. Nothing would have changed, right?
She taps her chin.
You know, you kind of remind me of someone I work with. Anyway, wish me luck.
Good luck.
I watch as Lena goes up to Cyrus and talks to him, too far away for me to hear. I guess it must work out because I soon set up the canvases facing each other. Unfortunately, watching them means that I missed out on my chance to find a partner. When I look around, everyone else is matched up with someone else, or with someone. It's more than fine with me, but unfortunately the instructor comes over and invites me to partner up with her, which I grudgingly accept. For the next little while, I struggle to make something that resembles the woman across from me. This would be a lot easier if she looked like a tree! After 10 or 15 minutes, she claps her hands to get everyone's attention.
Time to change things up. Show your partners what you made, and then go find a new partner.
10 to 15 minutes for portrait? While everyone gets to that, she brings the canvas over to show me.
Whoa.
It's definitely me. My tail is fluffy in real life, and my ears aren't that big, but I can still recognize myself.
Mine's not even close to that good.
I turn around the canvas so she can see the results. Compared to the painting she made, I'm kind of embarrassed to share. Still, she smiles at it.
I think it's lovely. Painting is like anything else. The more you do it, the more you improve. And I've been doing it for a long time.
Aww.
We all have to start somewhere, though.
The moment the instructor and I are done talking, someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around to see Lena.
Hey, let's be partners.
Sure.
Secretly, I just think to myself about how I'm getting paired up with another good artist. The instructor blows a whistle to signal the start, and Lena and I both get to work.
So, how'd it go?
How'd what go?
I know she kind of forgot me that quickly.
Talking to Cyrus.
Oh, that.
Not good? Using a few shades of pinks and white, I managed to paint something that looks passably close to Lena's clothes. If I squinted a little less, at
I
least.
got too nervous to really say much, so we just painted each other until it was time to switch.
In the middle of a brush stroke, Lena suddenly drops her brush in horror.
No, what if he thinks I'm boring?
I don't think anyone could ever see you and think you're boring. That's not an adjective I would use to describe you.
I don't think anyone could think that about you.
Yeah, but what if he does? This is not good.
Leaving the paintbrush in the grass, Lena closes her eyes and puts her fingers to the side of her head like she did back at tennis. She must do that for at least a minute while I just keep working on my painting. It looks more like Lena than my last one looked like the painting instructor, but I already know her wings are going to give me trouble.
Okay, got it.
You like Lena more than Aspen or Juliet? I mean, we've gotten a lot of Lena so far, though.
I need you to do me a favor.
No?
What is it?
When we change partners again, I need you to go partner up with Cyrus, and then you can ask him what he thinks about me. Don't just straight up ask him though, that'd be too obvious. Try to see if you can get him to say it without saying it.
Say it without saying it?
Yeah, you know, like,
She makes a few gestures that remind me of charades, but I have no idea what she's trying to say.
Okay, I'll try.
Thanks, I owe you one.
I'm not even motivated by that, because it's not like she remembered long enough for me to ever cash it in. I just want to see what happens.
Alright, new partners. This'll be the last time.
Here, this is my painting of you. It's better than the last one.
It still isn't great, but I like the way some parts of it turned out.
Ooh, I look great.
Looking down at her own canvas, Lena frowns.
I, kind of forgot to paint you.
Yeah, I noticed.
So, I guess I owe you two things.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Cool. Okay, hurry, before someone else takes him.
I walk over to Cyrus as fast as I can without being self-conscious about it. Fortunately, he was distracted with something himself, so he's still on his own.
Hey, wanna be partners?
Alright. I'm sure it's a total coincidence you were just talking with Lena, right?
What is your problem?
Not at all.
I appreciate the honesty. Anyway, let's get started.
Both of us set up our canvases. I feel a little more in my comfort zone painting Cyrus. At the same time, I try to think of how to do what Lena asked.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Uh-oh. I mean, what is it?
There's something that I want to ask Lena, but I don't know how she'll take it. We've known each other for a bit, but that's why I'm worried. I mean, I kind of know her feelings, but not that well. So, and maybe don't ask her this outright. Maybe you can try to see how she feels by, like...
He makes some vague hand gestures that eventually turns into a shrug.
Well, you know what I mean.
I really don't. No, I don't.
Anyway, what I want to know is...
A shrill whistle blows, cutting Cyrus off.
Alright, that's it. Time
No! I rub my ears to recover from the sound before waiting for Cyrus to continue.
Actually, never mind. It was dumb anyway.
God damn it.
Here's what I made. Ta-da!
Cyrus spins his canvas around to reveal.
Phew.
I can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. He's just as bad at painting as I am. I show him my equally unimpressive work. It's messy and scattered.
Nice job. You really captured the way I feel inside.
You sound like you're dead, my man. I want to press him on what he was going to say because it's the second time he's almost asked me about Lena, then changed his mind. Before I can ask, though, Lena herself comes hurrying over, carrying her canvas. She walks up and shoves it into Cyrus's hands before he can even react.
I made this for you so you can have it. Okay, bye!
Immediately she sips off back the way she came. That's long. He holds the portrait out at arm's length where you can see it. I move behind him to get a good view as well. Just like Lena's picture of the swan, her picture of Cyrus is really good. It shows him looking thoughtful as he works on his own painting, biting his lip in concentration. There's a lot of detail in his eyes and face and on a leafy vein that runs up his neck.
Whoa.
That's a vein! Ah! You partially want to make a lewd joke about birds nesting in trees for sure. Oh! Boom!
Really good?
Yeah.
Two of us look around to try and find Lena, but she's nowhere to be seen. She must have left right away, or she's hiding somewhere.
What was it you wanted me to ask her?
Cyrus just shakes his head, still looking at the painting.
It's fine. I need to ask her myself.
All of us, minus Lena, help the instructor clean everything up, with some people taking home their portraits and others tossing them. Don't toss a perfectly fine canvas. Even if you don't like what's on there, you could still reuse it. They're a little too expensive to just be tossing them. Cyrus and I say goodbye to each other, but we never talk anymore about Lena. Still, even if it's a while before we hang out again, I have a feeling I haven't heard the last of this. Oh yeah, no, for sure not. You're gonna be here a while. I'm lazing around the library, relaxing in one of the comfy chairs near the shelves when the door opens. Two humans that I recognize walk in, Gwen leading Tommy by the hand. Of course, Kirby is floating above them. Three of them go right past me, and Gwen takes a seat at an empty table close by.
I'm gonna be right here. Remember not to go too far away, okay?
I know.
Smiling, Gwen kisses Tommy on the forehead, and he makes a grossed out face. Then she pulls out a pen and some papers and spreads them out on the desk, sighing as she starts to look over them. I watch as Tommy, accompanied by Kirby, looks around the kids section for a bit. He pulls a couple books off the shelves, but puts them back without opening them. Finally, he wanders over to the edge of the library and gets down on his hands and knees, crawling along the floor. Can you post a link in chat? That depends on what it is you want to post. I don't have anything better to do right now, so I go over to where he is as well. And not at Kirby as I do.
What you doing?
Tommy startles at the sound of my voice, but then holds up one finger to shush me.
You're not supposed to talk so loud. We're in a library.
Great. Even kids are telling me off now. Is that a Monday, Noor? It sure fucking is. Is that a Monday call? Hi.
Spiders, huh? Why? 'Cause they're cool?
Okay. Now that I think about it, he was trying to find bugs one of the first times I met him. I wonder if the one that I caught for him is doing okay. Probably not if I'm being honest.
Are you collecting them? Yeah! Do you like bugs too?
No.
Not really. They're okay though.
What? Huh? Did stream die? No. Oh. Oh yeah. Wow. What the heck, Twitch? Yeah, no, it's just... It's like lagging behind for me as well to actually show me that it died. No, that was definitely Twitch just giving me the most giant hiccup I've ever seen. Yeah, Cole came in and Twitch fucking died. I think we're good now, though. I think we're back. Right? Let's hope it stays away. God damn it, that's a bunch of thoughts that I have to... I hate that. I hate it when the thoughts get fucked up. Seems stable on your end. Okay. When did it cut off? Because Tommy is apparently trying to catch spiders in the library. Because he likes bugs. I don't. I definitely don't. I've eaten a few when I had no other options, but I don't think he wants to hear about that.
Nobody does, except me. Everyone thinks they're gross and
Both sentences. Okay.
But you don't.
That's why I like them. Wanna help me look?
No. I'm not very interested in catching spiders, but Juliet might count as helping to clean up a bit.
Sure, why not? I think I know where some are.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. There's this one corner that's really dusty.
Gabby follows us as I take Tommy to the corner in question. Although Juliet keeps the library pretty clean, there's some spider webs and dirt between one of the shelves and the wall.
Wow, you were right.
Yes, you can. I'm so sorry. Yes. You can also run it by Mel first if you want. Gabby floats down to Tommy's eye level.
Kirby's my friend. You can't see him, but
No, I
he
can't
feels.
see him.
Cool.
I don't feel like explaining that I can in fact see him right now. Tommy closes one eye and peeks into the crevice looking for bugs.
Actually, Kirby's my only friend. I met him when I was looking for a beetle.
You're confident enough in
He
your
looks
link's
like a flower,
legitimacy.
but he's not. If I do find any spiders, I have to get two so they're not alone. Especially if they're married. If they have any kids, then that would make their kids be really sad.
Oh my god! Yo? Yo? That's me! That is so good! Can I save that? Am I allowed to save that? I'm going to save that. Thank you. Oh my god! I can fucking die. I would like to save this picture. You look like an elf. Now I wonder what that is. I had to think that being taken away to be part of a collection would make them sad, but I keep that to myself. I crouch down to help Tommy look. There's some scraps of paper in a dusty pan on the ground and plenty of spider webs above them. No spiders in them from what I can tell though.
Do you know where else they are?
I don't want to take him too far away. Best to stay in the main part of the library.
Maybe up front?
That's really lovely. Are you going to post it somewhere? Because if you do, post it on Twitter or the like, I can retweet it. You post it in chat. Yeah, but like, you know, on a social media site where I can share it, where I can be like, that's me, in all caps. You're not a big Twitter user, it's just a little thingy. I don't care if it's just a little thingy. You made that? And it's cool? And I want to show it off? You could put it in the Discord, at least. If you are part of the Discord. I just want more people to see it. I don't want it to be fucking, you know, gone. Just by being posted in chat once. Hold on. I know what we're gonna do. Put it on the fridge, yeah. There we go. Okay, no, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll move it behind me, okay? There we go. There we go. It's on the fridge now. The fridge that is the corner of the screen right next to me.
Thank you.
And it looks like you got a body pillow next to it does. It does, doesn't it? Also, I feel like I'm too far to the left, aren't I? Hold on. This is fine. There we go. Mimics real life. Oh, I only have one body pillow. And that one features Leo from Promara, despite me not having seen Promara. So,
Thank you for the pigtails.
if any came in through the door, they might have set up close by. We go over there and start looking, with Tommy inspecting the floor and behind the furniture. I poke around as well, checking some of the corners. As I watch him crawl around, it's hard to imagine him getting into fights like I overheard his parents talking about. He seems like a nice enough kid. Why would you redeem the pigtails and then the braids? I cannot do both at once. You meant braids, you missed. Oh. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Now we both have braids. The fridge me and the real me.
Oh, found one!
Tommy's kneeling down on the ground, pointing on a bookshelf. Both Gerby and I go over to see.
Look, see it?
Sure enough, I can see some kind of spider hiding in the back.
I see it. Are you gonna catch it?
Did you draw it just now, or have you been sitting on that for a while now?
It could still be nice, but I don't know how to reach it. Maybe if we come back later, it'll be easier to get.
Tommy spends a while hunting the rest of the library for more bugs, and I follow behind him for some of it. Eventually, Gwen straightens out all her papers over at her table and then comes to collect Tommy.
Tommy, what are you doing down there?
Is Mio not human? No. No! She's not. She's a fox. As mentioned repeatedly, she's a fox. You just noticed her ears are moving. You drew during lunch or watching a VOD you caught a little bit ago? Oh! Oh, cool. Thank you. Like, for real, thank you. It's so good. One day I'll actually like get all of the art I ever all of the art I've received ever and print them all out and hang my entire apartment with them. As soon as I find a good place to print it.
Looking for spiders. This lady was helping me.
Those ears are weird. Gwen notices me and I wave.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I had fun. Don't be sorry.
Don't worry, I live here.
Oh, that's convenient.
The two of us watch Tommy for a second, who still hasn't given up on the spider by the door. Gwen sighs.
Thanks for keeping him company. He doesn't have a whole lot of friends his age to play with.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to study for grad school and raise a kid and work a job and get a divorce.
Oh, you're in the middle of getting a divorce then. Aha, aha.
Well, not that any of that's your problem.
I'm gonna make it my problem. I keep running into you, actively, because I want to see how the story is gonna end. Gwen tries to rub her eyes and ends up almost dropping the papers she's carrying. She kind of reminds me of Aspen, the way she seems like she's holding in a lot more than she's letting out.
That's okay. I don't mind.
By tomorrow, she won't remember telling me any of this stuff, so if saying it helps her to feel better, then it doesn't really bother me one way or another. With a tired smile, Gwen rearranges the things she's holding so that she has a free
Come on,
hand.
Tommy, we need to get going.
Fine.
Tommy looks under one last bookshelf and then finally stands up. Gwen leans down to dust off Tommy's knees and pants before taking his hand.
Thanks again. If you live here, I guess we'll probably see you around. I've got a lot of studying I need to do, so I'm sure we'll be back. Say bye, Tommy.
Bye! If you see any cool bugs, save them for me!
We're still in the library. There's no need to be screaming, little man.
Will do. Bye!
Who's going to make the divorce their problem? No, I mean... You know what? I'll just not argue with that. Gobi waves goodbye to me as he floats out the door with the humans. I can't help but feel a little bad for Tommy and Gwen and for Tommy's dad as well. It seems like both parents are doing their best, but Tommy has his own problems too. And without even trying, I know more about all of them than they're aware of. I have a feeling that won't change, especially if they're going to be back frequently like Gwen said. Now that I'm on my own again, I return to the chair I was occupying before and settle down for a proper nap. After having dinner and saying goodnight, I head upstairs and get ready for bed. As I flick off the lights and start to leave the restroom, something in my reflection catches my attention. I really thought I could finish chapter 2 tonight, but I feel like it's... maybe a little too hard. My bead is glowing slightly, just barely. It's so faint that I can only notice it in the darkness. Removing the necklace, I inspect it more closely. The warm, not just my magical bead, but the regular ones next to it, too. Not as warm as when I use my transformation magic, but enough that after hundreds of years of carrying them, I can detect the difference. I'm not sure what it means. Everything about my magic has always been a mystery to me, really. Some things, like transforming, I just knew how to do instinctively from the beginning, but other than the fact that my bead always comes back to me no matter where I leave it, I don't know much about it. Returning to my room, I brush my hair to the side and put the necklace back on. I don't have to wear it when I sleep, but it feels more uncomfortable not having it on, like something's missing. When I climb into bed, I pull the covers up to my chin like always. Rather than transforming, I just lay there staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow is my first day of work. Never in a few hundred years had I expected that thought to ever cross my mind. Laying here in a place that I've started thinking of as home, the idea doesn't seem that scary. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm excited too. Maybe I'll be really good at it. It'd be nice to be good at something other than thieving. As my eyes begin to get heavy, it occurs to me that usually I'd have changed into a fox by now. Except for the first night when I was too tired, I've spent all my nights here in that form. But tomorrow I'm taking another big step into people life, so it feels more appropriate to stay this way. Rolling onto my side, I face out the window as I let myself succumb to sleep with the gentle warmth of my beads against my neck. I need them to actually go shopping, because clearly, is she just sleeping in the same clothes all the time? Like she has them on the entire day, she goes to sleep in them, like, get her some more clothes, please. Oopsie. I did not mean to pause. The morning of my first day of work, I wake up extra early, at least an hour before Aspen will be here. I creep through the house so Julia can't hear me and slip out the front door. Outside it's wet. I don't know if it's rain or just the morning dew. There's more dark than sunlight still, but I can already see that the clouds overhead are grey. Just 2 weeks ago, that would have been a cause for concern. Now it's barely worth thinking about. I have somewhere warm to go back to. I start walking, taking a familiar path. It's really only been 2 weeks. I feel like I've done more living in the past few days than in all the years before then. Every day something new, and every evening something secure. It's a life I could have only ever dreamed about. It scares me how fast I've slipped into it. I spent my whole life alone. I devoted my entire existence to keeping it that way. And now, ever since meeting Aspen and Juliet, I'm not sure I like being on my own quite as much. It feels like I'm losing part of myself, my armor, my defense mechanism, like I'm getting weaker. And maybe that's true, but also, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to let myself be a little more vulnerable. Just a little. There's no one else to be seen on Mount Victoria as I make my way up the path. Instead of going straight to the top, I veer off into the underbrush. I haven't been back to my den since Juliet came and found me. I haven't forgotten the way though. All the rains and sun has done a number on the den. It's barely recognizable since most of it collapsed into mud. In other words, it hasn't changed much since the last time I was here. Overhead the birds chirp in the trees. Maybe they're the ones I've had before.
Morning, birdies. Sorry I don't have anything for you today.
It doesn't stop them from asking. Half-heartedly, I try scooping away some of the mud from the mouth of the den, but more just slides down, erasing my progress. Then, one of the walls collapses even more, making things worse.
Oh, so much for that.
It's well and truly ruined. That's okay though. I don't think I'll be coming back here. Just 2 weeks ago, this was all I had. Now it doesn't feel like anything. Maybe that's okay too. I turn about to head back to the main path when there's a rustle of a branch and something comes out of the brush. She walks confidently for a fox. She trots right out of the bushes and crosses in front of me, then freezes mid-step. Her fur is pure silver except for a patch of black across her face and paws. We lock eyes. Instinctively, I can feel myself prepare to transform so I can greet her as a fox, but I hesitate. Is that still my place? I'd be lying if I called myself a fox now, at least fully. I relax, not having noticed how tense I was. My beads also go cold, although they barely started to heat up.
Hi there.
I say it as a person instead, same as when greeting the birds. At the sound of my voice, the fox turns tail and runs. She doesn't give it a second thought. 1 second she's there, and the next she's almost out of sight. You think she's as stinky as a normal fox? I assume she showers. Could be wrong though. I can feel a pull in my chest telling me to run after her. I'm sure I could still catch her if I tried. Of course I don't. I'm not the kind of person who goes chasing after foxes anymore. Instead I watch her disappear. It doesn't take long. Not even the grass rustles behind her. I'm sure I'll still transform into a fox in the future. I love it too much not to, but I have to set some boundaries for myself. Watching her go fills me with a pang of longing, but also confidence. I'm making a choice to live this way. Even if I regret it later, at least I thought about it. At least I'm trying. You should chase little fox. No. Not this time. Just much she only has one outfit. Maybe she has multiple copies of the same outfit. Maybe it's magical because apparently she can transform without, you know, having to regard her clothes at all. So. I make my way back to the trail and up to the top of Mount Victoria. Coming up here never ceases to amaze me. No matter the weather or time of the day, the view is always stunning. Right now it's just me and the breeze. I close my eyes and spread my arms out, letting the wind ripple through my hair and jacket. For a moment I just let myself go and appreciate how it feels to exist, to be alive and enjoying the breeze. Magically unstinky. Magic smells really bad. Really? I have no idea I've not seen Mr. Wolf. I'm pretty lucky, aren't I? Slowly open my eyes again, looking out over the city spread before me. The first time I came up here I thought it felt kind of small. After all, I can see the whole thing from here. But now, it strikes me how big it is. How big and how full. There are more people than there are buildings, and there are plenty of buildings. Humans and fabled, all alive and existing. Up until now, it's been easy for me to forget that people exist just like I do. That they have thoughts and feelings and things that they want. Rather than just being problems to solve or obstacles to avoid. Now I can't help but notice just how alive the world around me is, even at this early hour. I may be alone up here, but there's plenty of activity down in the city. I fumble around in my pockets until I find a right-sized coin and feed it into the binoculars nearby. I scan over the city looking for anything that I recognize. Finding the fishing spot is easy since all I have to do is follow the coast. The whole pier is already covered in fishermen. From there, I managed to find the bell house. Its windows are dark and it doesn't stand out much. I wonder if Aspen will be the first one there again today. After the bell house, I aim the lens at the library. The windows are dark there too, of course, including the windows to my room. I pause on an image, just my window framed in the middle of the lens. From all the way up here, I can spot a tiny little place that I can call my own. I stare at it until the shutter clicks and the view goes dark. Just 2 weeks ago, I stood up here and wondered if I'd be better off leaving. I'm glad that I have an answer to that now. I turn around and begin the long walk home. The library is still dark when I get back, but I can hear the low murmur of conversation from the kitchen. As I step through the doorway, I find both Aspen and Juliet already seated at the table, waiting for me. Breakfast is already cooked too. There's a lot more food than usual.
Ah, Miho, welcome back.
There you are! We were wondering where you'd gone off to.
Morning! Just went out for a walk. Sorry if you thought I ran away again.
Aspen shakes her head, pouring herself a cup of coffee as I sit down.
The thought crossed my mind, but I didn't really believe it. You've got a big day today, right?
Yeah.
You can say that again. Went on my walk just to clear my head.
I hope you're excited too. I'm happy for you, even if I am a teensy bit jealous.
Aspen spoons a tiny scoop of sugar into her coffee and stirs it. Wait, is that how you're supposed to do it? I have to remember in case Juliet ever makes me drink tea again.
Please be happy, Noah. Hi. Good afternoon! How you doing, Zen?
A teensy bit of jealousy is a good motivator to work even harder myself.
Actually, about that,
Juliet, you had better not be about to offer me a job.
rather the opposite. I have a favor to ask. Just for today, do you think you could
Meat bun?
assist Miho as she
What
gets
meat
her
bun?
bearings?
Where?
It's getting near my bedtime, and while I'm sure Miho would be able to handle herself, I imagine a helping hand would make things easier. That is, assuming Miho doesn't mind.
Of course not.
You're just like saying meat bun. Alright. Valid. Both of us look at Aspen expectantly. She bites her lip and tries to hide her smile behind a cup of coffee as she takes a sip.
Well, I suppose I could spare the time.
You suppose you could, huh?
Great. But what about the Bell House? You didn't get fired, did you? They'd go out of business the day they fire me, and they know that. But I enjoy how that's your first assumption.
Sorry.
No, I simply swap shifts with someone, so I don't have to go in until later.
Wow, that's convenient.
That is convenient. Thank you for your time.
And much to our benefit. Thank you, Aspen.
And the pasta jack.
Don't mention it.
Then, shall we turn our attention to breakfast instead?
She says, wouldn't this technically be her dinner if she goes to sleep after this?
I thought you'd never ask.
There's the usual eggs and toast and fruit, but there are also pancakes and hash browns too.
You really went all out, huh?
Damn.
I felt today merited a bit of a celebration of you and the start of another chapter of your life.
Well, I sure hope it's going to actually be the start of chapter 3, otherwise I'm gonna cry.
Aw, thanks. It's really all because of you two, though. I'm just...
Oh, quit saying that. You need to give yourself more credit, Miho. We can only try to help show you the path. You're the one who has
The
to follow
path.
it.
Whoa. Who wrote that?
Nobody. I do occasionally have thoughts, you know. Anyway, that's a compliment.
I'm sorry!
Fine.
We all fill our plates and start to eat. Breakfast is as delicious as always. The pancakes are still warm and dripping with melted butter and syrup, and the hash browns are nice and crispy.
How is it?
Start of a new metaphorical chapter, however, only 0.0003% through chapter 2. That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. I think it would be really nice if we actually managed to get through chapter 2 today.
Great! I've never had hash browns that weren't soggy before.
I've never had hash browns overall. Sometimes that's because they were leftovers I scavenged, but sometimes even when they're fresh.
I'll be sure to remember you like them this way. Oh, and the pancakes you made are delightful, Aspen.
Mmm.
You made these?
Don't sound so shocked. I have to do a lot of baking and prep work at the Bell House.
Chapter 2, all remaining chapters are just sentences each just to spy you. Ha!
Really good.
I want pancakes!
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
As tasty as they are, there ends up being more food than I can eat. I force myself to finish the pancakes, even though I'm full by the time I'm halfway done with them, because I don't want Aspen to take it personally. But eventually I have to throw my fork down in defeat.
Did you get enough to eat, Miho?
More than enough. I think I'm set for the rest of the day.
I'm sure you'll feel differently by lunchtime.
And there's no greater compliment to the cooks.
The three of us start to clear away the dishes, and I start to feel a little apprehensive as opening time draws near. I spent enough time in the library to know I don't need to worry too much, but I can't help but be anxious. She did finish her pancakes! She did finish them. There are a lot of little details to remember, not just which books go where, but stuff like names and special requests too. I already know I'm not going to be the fastest since I have to just copy words and see which ones match instead of being able to read them. With all the practice and memorization I've done, I'm ready as I'll ever be. Instead of dwelling on it, I make myself focus on rinsing the dishes, making sure I don't miss any spots. On the other hand, Espen is positively buzzing with excitement, although I can tell she's trying to hide it. She flits from task to task, straightening things that don't need to be straightened and tidying up parts of the kitchen that aren't dirty. She hums to herself as she goes, sometimes popping up beside me or Juliet. And of course, Juliet herself is the same as ever, calm and stoic. I thought she might be a bit worried about leaving the library in our hands, but considering she leaves it unstaffed most of the time, maybe not. At the very least, I'm determined to not leave the library any worse than when there's nobody running it. Finally, we finish all the cleanup and chores.
Thank you for your assistance. Are you two ready?
Yes, whenever.
Yep.
Let's get the two of you set up then.
Juliet leads us to the front desk where there's a fresh stack of checkout sheets and a jar of pens, plus the computer for looking things up.
I did a once-over before breakfast to make sure everything was as it should be. I'm sure the two of you know your way around the place by now, and that's really all there is to it. And if you feel the need, don't hesitate to wake me.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. I'm like Cinderella. I intend to live my dreams for the precious few hours that I can.
I see.
Do you have any questions, Miho? Or anything you'd like to go over again?
I'm fine. I've done all the prep I can.
All right then. If the two of you are all set up, then I'll be off to bed. I'll see you in a few hours.
Have a good sleep.
Good night.
With a final wave, Juliet goes upstairs and disappears into her room. From behind the desk, Espen places her hands on her hips and looks around like a queen serving a kingdom.
And now we wait.
I take a seat in one of the two chairs and kick my feet back and forth. After pacing around a little bit, Aspen sits down too, twirling a pen between her fingers.
Nervous?
A little bit.
It's understandable. I was nervous on my first day of work too.
That's kind of how it goes,
I'm
no?
sure everyone is.
I just don't want to mess anything up. Especially not on my first day.
Relax, it'll be fine. Not that I think you will, but even if you do make a mistake, that's natural. It's how you get better at things, by doing them wrong until you figure out the right way. There's not much that can really go wrong, either. It's not like at a restaurant where there are customers paying money and with all kinds of different orders.
Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong about that.
If it takes you some extra time to find a book or put one away, that's no big deal.
Yeah, I know you're right, but I still worry. I don't want to do such a bad job that Juliet changes her mind about me or something.
Are you still worried about that? Juliet adores you. You could burn the whole library down and she'd still let you live in the ashes.
I'd rather not.
That'd be closer to what I'm used to, at least.
Right, you and your dramatic backstory.
My what?
Backstory? Life story? Whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make light of it.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind. Just forget that you think it's interesting.
I hope someday you understand why. Maybe you'll hear a story that resonates with you and makes you want to know more, or get to know that person better.
She pokes me in the side with her pen.
Like me, when I met you.
I guess that makes sense. Like when I talked to you and Juliet.
No. We're Fox. We came to this town because we've been trying to find a person we met many, many years ago. And Aspen and Juliet are the two people who for some reason remembered us over the course of like more than one day, because usually people forget her if she doesn't interact with them. Granted, it's apparently some kind of magic that is just automatically in place in a way that Miho doesn't usually interact with people more than once. So they start forgetting about her unless they have contact like every single day. The owner of this library here is Juliet, the one who just went to sleep actually. Aspen just likes hanging out here, is friends with Juliet, but works in a coffee shop. Aspen has the word pen in her name, it all makes sense now.
Juliet, perhaps. Even I don't know much about her life before she came to Welly, and even that is fuzzy.
And you?
I know this makes me sound like a hypocrite, but there really isn't much to say about my past. For one thing, I don't have nearly as many years as you two. But also, I had a boring, normal childhood in a boring, normal town. I went to a boring, normal school for a while before I moved out here, hoping for a change of pace.
Alright.
But now I live a boring, normal
Stop saying
life,
boring, normal life.
just in a different city.
Please, if you say boring, normal, whatever, one more time.
I'll bet I wouldn't think it's boring. I don't even know what a normal town and normal school are like.
Aspen opens her mouth to say something, but right as she does, the front door opens and Aspen leaps to her feet.
Good morning.
The guest, the red-haired human, looks surprised.
Oh, hello. Wasn't aware there was anyone working this early.
I'm just helping out today. But Miho here is the library's new daytime
You want a
caretaker.
boring, normal life, jeez.
Hi there.
I wave, but I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm supposed to say. Luckily, Aspen seems to have it covered.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Cool. Congrats, Miho. I'm just here to browse. Thanks, though.
Enjoy.
She gives him a bright smile as he walks in and heads to the books before taking her seat again.
Good job. Thank you. Why don't you greet the next guest?
Do I have to do that for everyone who comes in?
No, but a smile and greeting never hurt. Although we'll have to keep the volume down.
Right.
The door opens again and a pair of twin dryads enters. I stand up, my legs feeling just a little shaky.
Hi! Let us know if we can help.
Neither of them speak, but they both smile graciously and nod in acknowledgement as they pass by us.
See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, but so far no one's needed any help.
True. Let's see who we get next.
We don't have to wait long. A breathless man carrying a stack of books staggers his way over to us.
Do you work here? Can you check these in for me? I'm running late as it is. Thanks.
Before we can even answer, he drops his books on the desk and then hurries back out the door.
I wonder why he was in such a rush.
No clue, but I respect him still taking the time to drop off his returns. Do you want to start writing them down?
Sure.
How? She's just gonna like copy them by, you know, like copying what the thing what the letters look like. Taking a deep breath, I grab the top book and a pen. The title isn't too long, fortunately. Slowly, I start copying the letters down. First a curve, then a straight line, then a loop, then an arch.
Hello, welcome.
I didn't even hear the door open this time. As more and more people start to come in, Aspen and I both end up pretty busy. The pile of books that need to be checked in grows fast, and I have to start taking some of them back to the shelves as I go, just to make space. By using a little chart with the alphabet and numbers on it, I'm able to slowly match the labels on each book to the spot on the shelves. As the library gets busier though, I start making some educated guesses about where certain books belong and putting them with others that look similar. I can fix it later if I have to. I guarantee you're not going to be able to fix it later.
Miho, could you give me a hand, please?
Bro, I have no idea how this library is supposed to be working. Over at the desk, the line of people has gotten pretty long. I have no idea what all these people normally did when there wasn't anyone to help them. I shove the rest of the stack I'm carrying into an empty shelf and hurry over to help. After finishing with one guest, she hands me a few handwritten notes with label numbers on them.
Can you go find these? I think one was returned today, so it might not be on the floor yet.
She can't read!
Also, these ones were checked out in the wrong name, so they need to be corrected on the sheet. These three here are going to be picked up later, but we've been asked to pull them ahead of time, so make sure not to get them mixed up with
She
the
won't
others.
be able to tell if she has the right fucking book, girl!
Okay?
No!
Got it. Maybe. You've got this.
No? I'm sorry. What? With a little cheer, she goes back to assisting people. I watch for just a moment. She's clearly in her element here. Even with the line growing longer, Aspen doesn't seem to be getting nervous. I can say the same about myself, though. There's no time to waste. I bounce around the library trying to find the books Aspen wrote down. It takes a while and I get the instructions mixed up a few times, but eventually I manage to track them all down. When I bring them up to the desk, the stack of returns has gotten almost as tall as I am, so I try checking them in as quickly as I can. Meanwhile, Aspen has moved around to the front to give me more space to write and work.
Alright, let's see.
I grab the top book and start to copy, then the next, and then the one after that. Before long, they all start to blend together and the letters seem to swirl and move around on the page. I thought this was going to be easy, but it's making my brain feel like soup. I'm determined to push through it though, even if it takes me forever, which, at this rate, it just might. If Aspen weren't here, I don't know what I'd do, or what I'll even do tomorrow on my own. I can worry about that later though. For now, I have to keep doing the best I can. Book after book, line after line, guest after guest. It gets easier as the day goes on, but I wouldn't say it gets easy. But Aspen and I keep going, and eventually we do start to get things under control and keep the chaos to a minimum. It's tough work, but not too tough. Maybe Aspen was right about something. The more I try, the more I feel like I can do this. Oh! Old scars and new friends, chapter 3. Okay. That was sudden.
Have a nice day.
You too! That was very sudden. I'm going to take this chance, though. Oh, use a shortcut. Oh my god, that art is so cute. Auto read with A, toggle skip with tab or hold down. Take a page. Oh! Cool! There was more prop than the stoplight you accidentally ran. You ran a stoplight? You're in a hello? Thank you for the bat. Well, that was sudden, but on the other hand, hey, we managed to make it through chapter 2. Right on time for once. There's limited to crimes and no stream. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that, no? Yeah, hello police. 911, what's your emergency? Yeah. Someone admitted to running a red light on my stream. The fucking what now? Hello, this is the police. Oh boy. But yeah, hey, we actually make it. We actually made it. That's nice. I like that. When do you all have your daylight savings time? In Germany? Good point. Hold on. Oh, when is that again? 26. Yeah, 26. Yeah, I know. Oh god, I have to remember to switch up stuff for the schedules again. Once that happens. Ooh, I completely forgot about that. Which one is this? Is this the one where we get an hour back during the night, or is this the one where you take an hour? I can never remember. Spring forward, fall back. Oh, they steal one? Ah, damn it. They steal one? Ooh. Here, our precious hours for real. Spring forward, fall back. I mean, that's good actually. Maybe I'll try to remember that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Next time we'll get started with chapter 3. The game has... Hold on. Actually. The game has... Let me see. Because it has achievements, so I can just look it up. Chapter 3 is the last one on the like main route apparently, because then it's begin chapter 4 on either Aspen's route or Juliet's route, and chapter 5 on Aspen's route or Juliet's route, and then there's different endings. So 5 chapters for each. But, you know, seeing as the second chapter definitely was more than 3 hours, I think we're gonna be here for quite a while. But it's nice, it's comfy, it's cozy, I like it. We're gonna go for Aspen first. Thank you for a fun stream, super interested in this, glad to see it holds up. Yeah! I mean, it is by the same people. said this literally yesterday, and once again, I already forgot again. But it is made by the same people who made the lesbian road trip thing. Steam. What is that one called again? I can't fucking remember. 1 second. Highway Blossoms. Yes, thank you. Highway Blossoms. And also Heart of the Woods. And also Who is the Red Queen, but I haven't played that one, so I can't say anything about that. They're going to release physical editions. Yes, they're currently, they started Kickstarter this weekend. They started a Kickstarter for physical editions of the games and stuff. So get on that if you'd like. Actually, hold on. Let me make this a little easier. It's one thing for me to go like, oh, support them if you want, blah, blah, blah. If you don't even know who they are, here you go. Highway Blossoms and Heart of the Woods are both on your list too. I mean, I've played Highway Blossoms on stream. I've played Heart of the Woods for myself, though. We have a DLC for this potential future project. We technically do. We technically do. DLC that I don't own. I think, yeah. Or do I? I don't remember. But yeah, there technically is that DLC still left. Maybe one day. But yeah. It's gonna be a while. We're gonna see each other next on Friday. So end of the week for more Tokyo Mirage sessions. And then you know, Yakuza on Saturday, and then more of this game on Sunday. And also more escape room simulator on Sunday, because 2 streams on Sunday. Assuming actually the collab is definitely gonna happen. I am not sure if Please Be Happy on Sunday is actually gonna happen, because 2 streams in one day, who will see about it. I'll try. I want to try. Monday's gonna be a regular thing though? Absolutely not, no. It was just today. Mondays are not a thing I'm usually gonna go for, because that's not for me. Monday's just not good for me. It's just because I know I won't have time on Wednesday. No. I don't normally stream on Mondays. I keep, you can stream for 15 hours, you can stream twice. Yeah, I'm mostly just thinking, oh god, will I be awake for the time I put down for Please Be Happy? Place your bets now. We'll see how long Yakuza goes, and then we'll see if I'm gonna be awake. You stream for 15 hours? I've streamed for 15 hours before, yes. Just for fun. Other people are like,
oh, you know, for a big event, I'll do a 12-hour stream.
And then there's me. You stream 24? No. I'm not usually awake for a full 24 hours in a day, so... I am playing with the idea to maybe do it one day, like for something big, like, ooh, I don't know, my birthday or something. But on the other hand, 24 hours is a long time. And I'll just say live, yeah, nah. We'll see about it. Oh, 40 hours? Oh god, no. God, no. I need my sleep. I usually just crash right after my streams, so if I go for really long amounts of time. I do have fun streaming, but I also do like at least pretending to be nice to my body sometimes. I mean, I know some people who definitely stream for very odd hours as well. But yeah.
that's gonna be it for tonight. Let me see. You know who I haven't sent you guys over in a long time because they're not live very often? But recently I've started to stream more often again. Oh my god. Okay, you want an Uber voice before I go. Okay, again. Okay. Hi, I'm Nu and I will steal your candy and do a 362-hour stream. This is a promise, not a voice redeem. Tee. Are you definitely not gonna clip that? Because there's no way to show that this is redeemed because it's not actually showing up in the chat on the overlay. So you can be like, ha ha ha. You know, a cool VTuber too. I don't know many cool VTubers. I'm a cool VTuber. Hi, good evening. I'm so sorry, we're just about to end. How are you? Welcome in, though. You is real cool. Oh, how dare you? I am very cool. How dare you? Why must you be mean to me? Anyway, let me put on the ending song before I end up, you know, going for even longer. We actually managed to like go end right on time. Game is like, okay, this is a good stopping point, and here I am. Blah, 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 blah. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm so sorry you're catching me right as I'm going to end. We'll next be live on Friday though. Maybe I'll see you then. You of course. Okay, yeah, you get a Pikachu, of course. Pikachu. Pikachu. Anyway, I'm gonna send you guys over to Kaloon as soon as I actually fucking type the name correctly. Here's the right message. Kaloon is playing Metal Gear Solid, which I am assuming is the original because it literally just says Metal Gear Solid, no subtitle, no nothing. But I don't know enough about Metal Gear Solid to actually tell. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for coming by. It's gonna be a long week. We just saw each other for like 4 days in a row, and then now we're not gonna see each other for another 4 days. But good night. Sleep tight. And bye-bye. Enjoy your week, you too. Good night. You are right. I wanted to shorten the rate message. I have to do that sometime. Maybe I'll do that just right now. Anyway, bye-bye.